This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Arizona studios of Anzalone Studios of... Come on, Chris! I fucking hate this! I hate my life! I hate everything! Let's do it again. Oh, hold on a second. I'll tell you what's going on in a second. Someone needs to change the studio name immediately.
No way.
From the Anzalone Studios of Arizona, UFC 253 recap. Adesanya destroys Costa, has weird nipples. Blehovic takes the win. Polish power. Let's recap with the MMA. Yeah. All right. Fuck. All right. Here's the deal. YouTube has changed their live streaming options. We've been streaming off YouTube Classic, and now they have this YouTube Studio that is complete horseshit. And yeah, we're live, and then it's buffering, and then we don't know what's going on. I don't even know how to turn this show off tonight. I have no clue how to turn the show off. So thank you, YouTube. Appreciate that. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Anyway, Adesanya gets the win over Paulo Costa and has weird nipples. Weird nipples. That's what everyone is talking about. Israel's weird nipples. The guy completely runs through Costa, and every story is either about his nipples or his nipple, I should say, melted tit, or how he humped Paulo Costa. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's taking everything away from what he did, completely annihilating the Paulo Costa. And that's that. And how about Blehovic? Blehovic getting the win over Dominic Reyes. And what happens there? Everyone's just talking about Izzy's titty. It's crazy, man. Big upset by Blehovic, and we're just talking titty, and we're talking about Izzy humping. So the good news for Adesanya is we're talking about him a lot. The bad news is it's probably about the wrong things. Now, Jesse, you being a big Izzy fan, what are your thoughts on this whole situation, the craziness?
I don't have any thoughts. He's not on steroids.
You're saying, no, he's not on steroids. Okay. And I'm going to say that I need to show our poll. But, YouTube Studio makes things a little bit more interesting. Yeah, so I did a stream yesterday all by myself, all by my lonesome. And I pretty much spoke about this for an hour and a half, my opinions on this, and I'm going to make it quick and short. Basically, I am with Jesse on this. I do not think he's doing steroids. Now, there are signs of this gyno that, you can make your assumptions. But the more I think about it, the more I think Izzy's not doing steroids. It just would be such a complete flop for Israel Adesanya to pop for steroids after bashing Paulo Costa for so long. I feel these guys that are the loudest about, cheating and this and that are the people least to do this stuff. Like guys like Conor McGregor has been loud about it. DIAZ, who got caught for something, but that got wiped away quick. I don't think these guys that are the Chris Weidman's another one. I don't believe in any of them doing steroids. But with a melted boob, only one melted boob, it is peculiar. I will say that. Is it not odd to you to see his breast look like this?
I think it could have been any number of things. Someone said it could have been a pectoral muscle, but then that got debunked. So I don't think it's steroids. I'm sure there's an explanation.
Jesse says no steroids. I'm going to go with no steroids as well. Paulo Costa going crazy over the hump situation, saying he didn't know it happened until after the fact, calling him human trash. We'll discuss that. But let's dabble with this whole titty thing. Now, I'm looking around the interwebs, and I'm seeing doctors speaking up. I'm seeing fitness people speaking up, steroid people that know about steroids, I guess. I don't know. I guess there's special steroid people on the internet. But none of them are saying yes or no. All they're saying is, if this looks like this, it could be this. But if that looks like that, it could be that. You make the decision. Comment down below. Fuck all those YouTube channels. I'm going to say no. I don't understand why people are so fucking scared and don't give their freaking opinion. Like, it could be this, it could be that. I'm going to say no steroids. Flat out. And the MMA holes pretty much say the same thing. As we did our poll, they agree on the community section. Now, you can get your votes in as well. Go over to the community section and check it out as you scroll down here. There it is. I mean, a big percentage. So big that I can't even scroll over. Why can't I scroll over? That's awesome.
You have to X out of the thing on the bottom.
What the fuck? X out of this?
No.
That didn't work. That's great. Perfect. Let's just add this to the list of things that are going wrong. What the fuck? Why is it doing? All right, 38%. There it is. Atta girl. Yeah, this is just adding to the technical difficulties tonight. I don't know what the hell's going on. That's the reason why I completely botched the intro. There you go. So 38% are saying yes, it is from steroid use, and 62% are saying no. I'm kind of glad that this is the case. Now, looking at this over here, Jesse, are you surprised by the 62% saying it's not steroids?
I'm surprised because on Saturday night, everybody was looking for a reason to throw shade at him. So yeah, a little bit, but I think people are finally coming to their senses that this is just the result of Adesanya building himself up to a position where people are going to look for a reason to say that he's a cheater.
So I'm gonna play, I guess, the devil's advocate today. I mean, I want to, I'm one that wasn't pro Izzy for a while, and I wasn't in on the hype train. Now I am. Now I'm on board. I mean, it's tough for me to deny what the man has done, but don't you think Adesanya keeps on shooting himself in the foot? Like first of all, the humping of Costa, which I laughed, so I'm not going to criticize the man for it, but people are waiting for him to do something stupid so they can jump on him, and he just immediately does it. Like Conor at least waited. After all his fights, he was very humble in all his fights, except for the Khabib thing, but that was out of his control. But everything else is like after the fact, weeks or months after the fact, you do something stupid. Izzy literally, the night of the fight, decided to fucking mount the anus of Paulo Costa. He doesn't do anything to really help himself gather new fans. Maybe he wants to be the bad guy.
Yeah, I think he likes playing the heel in a lot of situations, but that's just what gives him his attention. Like people pay attention to him because of like the, I don't know the word I'm looking for to describe him, but he's like obnoxious, So I think people kind of draw to that, but I don't think he would do something as silly as doping for that added unnecessary attention. Listen, maybe he is, maybe he's not, but I personally don't think he is.
Mm-hmm. Now, I see Ann says buffering. If you are having problems with the stream, we're on a pretty high 1080 going on right now. So if you just drop the resolution, you shouldn't have any problems with our stream quality. So why did he dodge at the post-fight press conference and saying, why does he care about my titty? Why not just answer the question? Because clearly Izzy knows what's up. Maybe he lost weight. Maybe, I don't know what this situation is, but I'm sure he knows. I can't see the man not looking in the mirror and seeing his right pectoral melted and not going to a doctor or trying to go to someone and figure out, okay, why does my tit look like this? Why did he not address this in a post-fight press conference? And why would he just allow everyone to just speculate that it's steroids?
I feel like if you're right and he does know what's going on and it's probably something innocent, then he's just trying to lead people to believe. He's trying to create this hype. He knows he's not on steroids, and I'm sure he knows if he got tested, he wouldn't test positive. So why not lead everybody else to believe that he is and get that extra attention?
So you think this is a strategic move? So he knows what's up, but it's his personal business, and he wants to troll everyone and say,
yeah,
"Hey,
it's
listen."
funny. I mean, wouldn't you do the same thing?
No, I would honestly, like, I love to troll. Don't get me wrong. I like a good
The proof is
twisting
in
of a nip.
the test. So if they really wanted to test him to find out if he's doping, I mean, he's going to know if he's going to pop positive or not, and I'm sure he's confident he won't pop positive. So the only other thing to do would be to just troll everyone and give them shit until the negative tests come out.
Do you think eventually he is going to tell everyone what is the deal with his sagging tit?
No, I think he's going to continue going on not talking about it.
Now, maybe I'm different. I guess I am. But if someone accused me, you know, because of my melted nipple, and people were alluding to the fact that steroids were involved, immediately I would take to social media and be like, "You motherfuckers. Like, are you kidding me? Steroids?
Wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
Nope.
You wouldn't feel like an idiot because you have a melted tit, and now, like, everyone is not talking about this magical win that he had. No one's talking about it. They're talking about his melted tit. I'm finding more stories about Israel Adesanya's melted tit.
Doesn't that make sense to you? Like, they're not talking about the fact that he knocked out Paulo Costa, but they're going to look for something to say he cheated because everyone's upset that Paulo Costa didn't actually beat Adesanya.
But think about it, say you've done something special in your life, right? And you're like, "Oh shit, I just told everyone I was going to do this. I achieved it. I did it." But no one gives a fuck about that. They're talking about something else. Wouldn't you address that and say, "Hey"?
No.
You wouldn't.
Nope.
I call bullshit.
Okay.
All right, let's see what the chat says.
Jam says he's gay. Flash says Moss is juiced to the gills. Michael Areta says Adesanya does have nice tits. He's not on roids, says Moises. Marker says that 6 ounce of Gatorade in his tit. Sean Hart smiling in the chat. James Odger says, "Can we not accuse him until he's guilty? It's so sad how everyone is taking his righteous win."
I'm kind of with you on that. I'm with you. I don't think he did steroids until we know why is everyone jumping on it. Now, if you want to make fun of the titty, make fun of the titty. It's fine. You know, it looks silly. I've made mistakes in my life, and I've been with women that had titties that look like that, and I can assure you, it was not steroids. Just floppy slices of pizza.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, so 62% saying no steroids. So that is what the jury says. Get your thoughts in the chat some more if you'd like.
Super chat.
Michael Areta.
Adesanya is the GOAT, not Jones.
Okay, so what do you think about that? Izzy being the GOAT, not Jon Jones?
I mean, if we're going to speak in terms of steroid use, then yeah, Adesanya has never been busted for steroids, and Jon Jones has.
Okay.
But with that being said, Jon Jones has beat higher, like more top-tier fighters or opponents in the past, so I don't think Adesanya... I mean, listen, I'm biased. Of course I'm going to say Adesanya is the GOAT, but at the same time, logically speaking, he needs to beat more top-tier legitimate opponents.
Well, the good news for Izzy is the GOAT of the middleweight division, Anderson Silva, popped for steroids. So even if Izzy was a steroid user, well, it doesn't matter. We kind of turned the other way with Anderson. A lot of people don't even talk about that shit anymore, and he cheated. Anderson straight up cheated. And I love Anderson Silva. The guy, to me, still is the GOAT of the middleweight division. So that's the good news. But if you're going to go out there and say, you know, negative things about people, you know, he was the one running around saying Costa was on steroids and then shows up in the cage with a melted titty, it just doesn't, it's not a good look, you know?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kainoto.
Lance Armstrong passed all his tests too. Newsflash. People need to stop using the "well he passed all his test" line as though it holds weight and go watch Icarus. I think Israel has been natural all his life except for this last fight.
What do you think about that, Jess?
I disagree completely. I don't even know why you asked me what I think about that, because you already know I'm going to disagree with that. That's silly. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And you're talking about a guy, Lance Armstrong was performing like years in the past before drug testing was as advanced as it is now. This is a whole different era of drug testing. I mean, that's a little bit of a ridiculous argument if you ask me.
Well, honestly, I think no matter what, there's always a way around the system. Jon Jones. There is always a way to cheat the system. So if Izzy, I'm basically playing devil's advocate here because honestly, I'm gonna say it again. I don't think he's using steroids. I don't. It would be one of the biggest blunders leading this whole anti-steroid thing with Costa and making fun of him for it and yada, yada, yada. And then, I'm the skinny kid. And then all of a sudden popping for steroids. It just doesn't make sense. And I understand he's aloof and he's crazy, but I don't think he's that stupid. Now, he did fuck Costa in the ass. Maybe he was horny. Maybe he's transitioning, Jesse. Maybe he's turning into a woman. The estrogen's kicking in and he's turning into a lady. I mean, he did fuck Costa in the ass. So, who knows? I don't know what I'm doing.
He's not on steroids.
I don't think he is. I don't know. But anyway. All right. So do we have a story on this?
Yeah, we have a couple.
Ooh, tittygate.
Paulo Costa blasts human trash Israel Adesanya for his post-fight behavior, which is the humping you're talking about.
But is there anything on the titty so we can move on from the titty?
No, listen, it's all kind of incorporated in all the stories tonight, so there's not a specific story on the whole.
Oh, I want exclusive tit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discovery. So what do you want me to do? You want me to read this one or?
Jesse, you just bring us the news. We'll listen. If you bring it, we will listen.
According to MMA Fighting, Paulo Costa is already calling for a rematch against Israel Adesanya after falling to the reigning middleweight champion this past weekend at UFC 254. The source of his anger stems from Adesanya's chosen post-fight celebration after he finished Costa with strikes in the second round. Immediately after he dropped Costa with a short inside hook, Adesanya followed him to the ground with a few more shots before the referee stopped the contest. Before he stood back up again, Adesanya pretended he was riding Costa as he began his celebration while the Brazilian was still dazed on the canvas. Costa said during a video posted on his Instagram, well, actually, you have the video if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Justin Jr. I mean, Justin was pretty much the first person to drop this thing, and now it's everywhere. Everyone and their mother are putting this on social media. By the way, what is that about? And thank you for the sub. I'm King Taylor. He's a king. Thank you for this. I appreciate it. I notice a lot of people, I guess you can get away with the Instagram videos, but there are certain people out there that literally just make a living off of just reposting people's Instagram videos. It's kind of wild, huh? Well, more power to them, I guess. Here we go. And go shout out to Justin Jr. Go give him a sub.
I come here to talk about the action that human trash did.
The vaction. Human trash. Is that the lowest thing you could say to someone, Jess?
I suppose in Costa's terms.
The human trash did after a fight. I didn't see when I was there on the cage, but
I felt it in my ass.
So now, I disapprove 100%.
He disapproved?
And to me, this is mortal now. Nobody will stop me. Nobody can stop me.
It doesn't, listen, I know that was disrespectful, okay? And if I'm Paulo Costa, I'd be pretty upset too, right? But at the same time, you got the shit kicked out of you and you're demanding a rematch? Like, ugh.
I am on hot of collision with you, Adesanya. I want my rematch. And you know I'm waiting for you. Something happened before the fight.
You know what happened? Before the fight. So some people were alluding that his leg was fucked up. What do you think, Jesse? He did have the cupping all over his leg.
I don't know. I feel like
it.
He's just coming up with excuses.
Yeah, it is. It does look bad. Something happened before the fight. Yeah, you know what happened is he got a sex change.
I'm not excused here to my people, my fans, but I will be 100% to fight him and to make him pay.
I hate to break it to you, buddy. 100% or not 100%, everyone goes in there with problems and issues, you know? It doesn't, it's not Izzy's fault. You didn't look good. That's what it came down to. You got fucking, he ran through you. I don't know, Jess. What do you think about this video?
I feel like we should have expected something like this from him. I actually expected him to say something at the post-fight press conference, so.
Well, he wasn't there, right? I don't think he was there.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But I'm not surprised. Like, we expected him to come out and say something. Someone was going to tell him or show him what happened. There's no way that he was just going to let that go.
Hey, pal, do you realize you got ass raped after the fight?
Armstrong was tested like no other athlete in history. Not then or now, and he passed them all. The only thing more audacious than the testing done against him was the steps he took to trick past each one. USADA is little league in comparison.
You know what? He's not wrong. You got to watch the Armstrong documentaries. It's kind of a wacky story. Man.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hello, Vlad.
If it's that simple of an explanation, why wouldn't he address it? I had a slight pec tear and I'm still retaining some fluid in that area. Simple. Gyno has a point. Guess who else they test?
Gyno.
Professional bodybuilders, and they also pass.
That's true. That's true. That's a good
But-
point.
Wonderful, wonderful.
As experts that do research on the topic say, steroid tests are literally useless. People who are caught are the poor and those who get careless. The only way they catch major athletes are Barry Bonds, Mariam Jones, Lance Armstrong are whistleblowers.
There you
To
go.
answer Vlad's donation, I mean, if you think about it, like if you were in that situation, I know if I was in that situation and I knew it was just fluid.
Hold on. Let's
Wonderful,
squeeze this
wonderful.
one in and I'll pause it up. This is from Mark.
Ricky got his ass handed to him. No wait, handed too easy. I picked that fucknut to win. Shoulda listened to Justin JR's reasoning.
Or myself.
If I knew it was just fluid, Vlad, and it was just like that extra fluid that hasn't really, gone away since the pec tear, I would, and people were accusing it of steroids or whatever you want to call it, I would troll. Like, I think Izzy probably does know what it is. And you're right. It could just be as simple as saying, hey, I had a slight pec tear and I'm still retaining some fluid. But why would you do that when you have the opportunity to troll a little bit and get everybody talking about you? First, there was a lot of people talking about you. Now everybody's talking about you. Whether it's good or bad, it's still publicity, right? So why wouldn't you play on it a little bit?
Nah.
I would play on it.
Okay. Like I said, I don't think he's on steroids. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I am. But the way this has unfolded after the post-fight press conference, more people are coming out saying we're not getting logical reasons. Doctors already ruled out the pec tear thing. They're saying usually if you tear your pec, it's on the inside or the outside over here.
Vlad was referring to the idea of if it was an old pec tear and there was just still fluid that was built up in there that hasn't kind of dispersed.
I have a friend. I named my friend before who did dabble in the roids, and he's got the same tits. Same thing.
Does he still have them?
Yeah.
But he doesn't still do steroids.
No. He's off. And it's true. Like it's there, little saggy action. Now, listen, I can't rule out steroids, but I'm telling you right now, I don't believe it. I really don't. I think Izzy is not that dumb. And if he does pop for any sort of tainted substance or whatever, then, listen, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to take it on the chin. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. As much as I want to jump on him, like with everyone else, I can't. I just can't do it. It's tough. But let's move on from that and talk about Paulo Costa here. Okay, we're going to play the video again over here. And I mean, this is wild.
That's my words.
That's his words.
Save my words.
Save or say? I don't know. Let's see what he says here. Listen to this again here. What's going on here? Come on, Instagram.
I come here to talk about the action that human trash did. The human trash did.
Now, do you think is he human trash for doing that, Jesse?
No, I thought it was funny.
You thought it was funny. But now put yourself in Paulo Costa. Okay, this is the thing that I don't understand. Like in the NFL, if you celebrate a touchdown like the wrong way, they give you a penalty, right? They fine guys for doing celebrations like that. If you were to do something
unsportsmanlike,
like any sport, if you were to butt fuck your opponent, chances are you're going to get fined for it. The UFC is pretty no nonsense if you think about it. It is a fight sport here. I mean, it's a blood sport, right? Guys in a cage beating each other up, and pretty much a lot goes down. After a fight, I mean, we haven't even seen a guy like Conor do this. We haven't seen anyone literally butt fuck their opponent. We've seen some disrespectful shit, but butt fucking your opponent, it's hilarious. Don't get me wrong. But if I'm Paulo Costa, I will be pissed. Like, I would be incredibly pissed.
Yeah, of course it's not funny for the person it's happening to.
Wouldn't that be considered assault? Like sexual, like...
He just thrusted his hips once and then
twice.
backed off.
Two good pumps he got.
And he didn't even touch him. Like, he just touched his back. Like,
I tell you, man. I mean, here we got a screenshot over here on our thumbnail. I mean, listen. the reason why I laughed is because it was incredibly humiliating. You know, like look at him over there. Look at him. He's all in. He's balls deep on Paulo Costa. This poor man just got the shit kicked out of him, and then Izzy proceeds to get up and fucking nut on his anus. I can understand how Paulo Costa's upset. Now, Paulo Costa calls him human trash. I don't think you should get a rematch for something like that and happen after the fight. But what do you think about, I mean, this is a little weird area, but should the UFC do something about it? Shouldn't Dana White say something? Like, I mean, at least make mention of it. Fucked him in the ass.
I think, listen, if it was any other fighter, I'd probably say that it was tasteless. Actually, I said it was tasteless on Saturday. I said it was tasteless. But it's still funny. Even if it is any other fighter, I'm still going to say it's funny because it's fucking funny. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm not going to change the fact that I think it's funny just because other people don't like it. It's funny. Yeah, it was tasteless. It was kind of fucked up. And yeah, he probably should get some sort of punishment for it.
So you think the UFC should do something about it?
Yeah, I think, yeah. Because if it was any other fighter, they would probably do the same thing. They can't milk it just because he's a champion. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it was still funny. Yeah.
Here's how I look. I'm with Jesse here. The UFC has to say something about this. Like, they got to at least say something. Do you fine him? I mean, nah. I'm actually, I'm cool with that. But at the same time, I wouldn't be upset if they did. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, listen,
it's a fucked up move.
He probably deserves some semblance of a punishment.
Yeah, they should do or say something. Did they ask Dana White at the post-fight press conference? How did they not bring that up?
I don't know. I didn't hear it.
Does anyone know if they? I got to watch Dana White's post-fight press conference again. I'm very curious if they brought that shit up. Because how do we not have a quote from Dana White? He literally butt-fucked his opponent before he got the belt re-wrapped around his waist. It's kind of crazy, man. Anyway, let's play the rest of this and we'll move on.
After a fight, I didn't see when I was there on the cage.
Did someone say, someone in the chat says liberal fucks?
He just said, why is a stupid bitch talking UFC?
Wait, but I don't, wait, if you think, so do you think he should be, the guy that said that, hold on, what's his name?
I don't know.
Oh, it's so many people in here. Dom Biondi. I don't know, there's a lot of people in there. Oh, there he goes again. Okay, Dom, I see you in there. Actually, in fact, let me show everyone Dom. Dom, explain who's the liberal fucks, because I'm just curious. Is it because, like, we're just unsure of how the UFC should handle the situation? Like, saying he should be punished means we're liberal or something? Like, I'm curious, Dom. Hold on. Is he? Let's wait for Dom's answer. I'm really curious, genius. Dom, we got all day, kid. We got all show for you, buddy. The stage is yours, my friend. Let's see if you got something knowledgeable to say now, besides liberal fucks. Looks like you don't. Oh, man. Poor Dom. Sounds like a little stage fight there, Dom. Where'd you go? Oh, shit. Oh, man. Dom's nowhere to be found. And just like that, Dom has vanished into the interwebs. Nowhere to be found. Because all he knows how to say is liberal fucks. Dom will keep this up here for you in case you decide to come back. All right. Let's go back to the video.
But I saw now. I disapprove 100%. And to me, this is mortal now. Nobody will stop me.
This is a man that's just been raped. This is legit a man that has been entered through his anal cavity. Like, look at his face. He needs a support group. What does Paulo Costa do, Jess?
I mean, listen, chances of him getting a rematch, it doesn't make any sense right now, you know? So I understand his frustration. I feel like if it were anybody else, they would probably be, just as frustrated. Your opponent who just fucking knocked you out, dry humped you in front of a million fans on public television.
Oh, man.
And when you were out of it. I mean, of course it's a fucked up thing, and you have every right to be frustrated, but Dana White's not going to put together a rematch right now. Adesanya has so many other potential opponents that could be thrown at him. It's not going to be Paulo Costa anytime soon. Especially since he got knocked out. If it was a closer fight, then they might put some semblance of a consideration, but they're not going to do that with this fight.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit that like button over there, and if you haven't subbed, let's get some subscribes over there and hit the notification bell as well. We have 25 minutes that we will add on to the show, roll over time, thanks to the people. We'll keep the time on the clock to 5 minutes. If you want to extend that or roll over into next week, we'll do the 5 minutes, save the show. But you're guaranteed, what, 25? What was it?
Yeah,
You're guaranteed 25 more minutes of wonderful, wonderful stuff. We will open those phone lines. So thank you to the people next week for donating. All right. So that's that. Any other stories on the main event? I mean, I think we heard enough. I think Darren Till. I love Darren Till versus Costa. I think that would be a fun fight. But Costa rematch, no, thank you. Not right now. Not after that performance. I don't care how butt fucked you got. So if you get butt fucked, you're guaranteed a rematch. Apparently.
Dana White reveals who's next for Israel Adesanya and Jan Blachowicz. That's kind of a main event story right there. I also have something on what Jon Jones said to Israel Adesanya as well.
All right, so yeah, let's talk about Bones. Bones is pretty active on social media. Actually, you know what? Oh man, we only have 19 minutes left until the save. So let's get this story out of the way, and then we'll talk about the co-main event.
So according to Bloody Elbow, Jon Jones responds to Israel Adesanya saying, "I would literally tear one of your arms off." Jon Jones may no longer hold the light heavyweight title, but he appears to be on one or two fighters' radars following UFC 253. The longtime and now former king of the 205-pound division seems to be working his way toward a title shot against Stipe Miocic sometime in the not-too-distant future, adding muscle and potentially power in his goal to become an instant heavyweight contender. However, after beating Dominic Reyes in Saturday's co-main event, Jan Blachowicz had only one question in mind: Jon Jones, where are you? And he wasn't the only one on the lookout for Bones. With a dominant victory over Paulo Costa fresh under his belt, Israel Adesanya made his own passing shot at the Jackson Wing talent. He said, "I just wanted to fuck up Jon Jones." Adesanya said this, speaking of Anderson Silva's history of fighting at both middleweight and light heavyweight, saying, "And I still will, but I just have to talk to Eugene Behrman because even he," and then stopped there. That's where the video Jon Jones posted to his Instagram feed cuts off. Bones may have suggested he'd entertained heading back to 205 to grab his belt real quick in a fight against Blehovic, but his response to Adesanya's suggested super fight was a lot more forceful. Jones wrote, quote, "But what? You've stepped into the ring over 100 times now and you're still not ready? You have a youth advantage and like 4 times the fighting experience. The truth is, you're already my pussy. You love being undefeated and you've seen what's happened to everybody else. It raises your stock to mention my name. You're aware of this. You don't want real confrontation with me. I'm not going to just stand there and kickbox with you. I've been preparing for heavyweights right around now. I would literally tear one of your arms off."
Okay, so a Jon Jones situation, you got Blehovic, and we will get to that in a second. But Jon Jones with Izzy, like, he was very active throughout the night. Once again, he does a great job of keeping his name in the news. He says he's going up to heavyweight. Now there's speculation that maybe he'll fight Izzy, or maybe he'll go back and take his belt back from Blehovic. If you had the choice between either fight, Blehovic or an Israel Adesanya fight, what would you like to see?
I'd like to see, I just feel like Blehovic would get run over by Jon Jones. I would like to see Adesanya, but that would mean Adesanya would have to move up to light heavy, and I don't know if he's comfortable in MMA at light heavy. I know he's fought at heavyweight for kickboxing, but that's completely different. So, I guess I'd rather see Adesanya, but I don't know.
Adesanya. Yes, I would rather see Adesanya as well. Let's be honest here. After watching Izzy's performance over and over and over again, and Jon is admitting, all right, let's take this idiot's thing off. Jon is admitting that he didn't have his best performance in his last 2 fights, right? I think a Jon Jones Adesanya fight would be fantastic. The problem is, where would you do this thing? Because Jon vacated his belt. So in order for this to happen, Jon needs to fight Blehovic, get his belt back. Maybe Izzy squeezes a fight in, or Izzy takes some time off and heals his gyno. And then you have a fight. Then you have a fight at light heavyweight. Right now, as much as I would love to see those two compete, where do you put him? Do you put him at a catchweight? Or you could have Jon Jones move up to heavyweight like he's already doing and fight a Stipe Miocic, and then Izzy goes up there and challenges. He's not afraid of moving up to heavyweight either. I said this on last night's stream. Was it last night? I don't remember what day it is. Yeah, last night's stream. The solo job by myself. I said this would be crazy. Adesanya, who has a chance to be the middleweight GOAT. Like, he's not the middleweight GOAT. So everyone that's saying that, shut the fuck up. He has a chance to be. I mean, you can make an argument that he could be down the road, but not right yet. But if he can hold on to this middleweight title, go up, win the light heavyweight title, and then challenge for the heavyweight title as well and be a triple champ, this is the first time where we could honestly say this is a real possibility. People were saying that shit with Conor. Let's be honest. Conor at the higher, the 170, the welterweights over there, that, Conor Usman would be a problem. That wouldn't work out for Conor. But you could make an argument. Israel Adesanya, a big guy already. What is he, 6'5"? Or how tall is this guy? He's tall. Maybe he's not 6'3" or 6'4".
Yeah,
I don't know.
Do you want me to look it up?
Hold on. Let's get his height. He's a big dude though.
6'4".
Yeah, he's 6'4". Yeah, 6'4". Packs a little bit of meat on. I mean, he can do it. This man can win 3 freaking belts, and if he wins 3 belts, see you later, Jon Jones.
And then if he packs more meat on, his boobs are gonna look bigger, and people are gonna accuse him of more steroids.
Maybe you should get breast implants. A lot of women, when their tits look like this, you just shove silicone in there. Maybe John. What do you think? Adesanya with breast implants. Would you still be a fan?
Yes.
Okay. I see Eduardo is really, it's crazy. Eduardo really wants to talk about Conor. There is a Conor story, and we'll talk about it. But let's move on now. Before we move on, chat room, what do you think? Israel Adesanya, can he be a triple champ? Do you want to see him fight Jon Jones? Get your thoughts in before we move into the co-main event.
Well, before we move into the co-main event, I do have one more on what Dana White says is next for Adesanya and Jon.
Well, all right, so say it quickly because we don't really have much time.
So, as expected, Dana White's looking at Cannonier for Adesanya.
Okay.
And then who's currently preparing for a showdown with Robert Whittaker. But if Cannonier wins, which Dana White assumes he will, then it's going to be Adesanya's opponent.
It's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy how everyone is just looking at Cannonier, which would be an interesting fight, but I don't know where the fuck this story is. So fuck this story.
It's okay. And then he likes the idea of Jan fighting Jon Jones if Jon Jones were to move down to light heavy. But if that isn't going to happen, which it probably won't, then he's going to take the winner of Santos Teixeira.
Man, imagine Jan Blehovic versus Glover Teixeira. You got 2 old guys going for that belt. Listen, it's not a far-fetched thing for Glover anymore. Remember, I was throwing it out there. I'm like, Glover Teixeira could finally be that champion. The old man champion. Back in the mix, hanging on. Glover coming back up. Now with Jan Blehovic up there, it's open to anyone. I even had a quick conversation with Devin Clark, who is Jon Jones' buddy, on the show a million times. And Devin Clark, one of his losses was to Jan Blehovic. But other than that, the guy's been on a nice little run. I even said to Devin, surge up the rankings and let's, get another shot at that belt. And he says, well, I got a little work to do, but that's his eye. That's where he wants to go. I feel light heavyweight's so open right now if Bones does go up to heavyweight. It
opens up more opportunities. I feel, though, with Devin Clark, I think the UFC's kind of giving him the shaft, if I had to be perfectly honest. I don't think the UFC's fair because they keep keeping him on early prelim cards.
Well, the problem with Devin, and listen, I think Devin's a great guy, and we'll talk about this when he comes on, but he's not a finisher. And if you're not a finisher, if you're not, he can dominate, but the UFC wants flash. And Blehovic, let's be honest, he's been finishing some people. And that fight with Reyes, segue right into that fight. Holy shit, was I right? Was the mystical senses tingling? Blehovic getting the win, the pretty decent sized underdog. Not only does he get the win, though, I thought he was going to submit him. I did think a finish. I thought he was going to loosen him up and submit him. He fucking kicks him to the ribs. The welt on Dominic Reyes' side just completely annihilates him, runs through him, puts his nose sideways, and takes him out. Takes him out. In the second round, just does the business on him. It's crazy stuff, man.
Super chat.
Travis.
If it was a bacteria, would the actual nipple look that weird?
No, it wouldn't.
I don't think it was. I've never seen a pec-tear before, so I don't know.
Honestly, like the doctors are saying, and I am not a doctor, I am not a steroid aficionado, but they are saying, if you're getting a pec tear, usually it's going to happen over here, where it's connecting to your shoulder or some shit, or on here to your rib cage. How the fuck is this part of your pec going to, but how is it going to tear? Maybe if it got hit?
But if it tears right here, it fills with fluid. So the fluid, gravity,
goes down?
I would assume the fluid fills.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man.
I feel Israel juice, but if he didn't, then I'll retract everything. My eye is for those people who watched a video by Dr. Brian Sutera that went viral and are now experts. Izzy didn't say anything because consultants are working on the reason.
You think? Oh well. I mean, listen. It's not impossible.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got Mark coming in.
Jesse, if you don't fucking smile, I'm going to FedEx Evil Bill overnight and have him surprise butt fuck Moss. That is all.
Thank you.
I'm very into the topic tonight. We're talking about my boy, so I have to stay very serious.
Yeah, she's all business tonight. Thank you. I would spread my cheeks gladly for that butt fucking if we can get a smile out of Jesse. Thank you for the donations, and we will do the save the show shortly. But Jan Blehovic, I mean, Jesus, this man, he worked Reyes. Reyes, it looked like he didn't even stand a chance in this fight. And the reason why I picked Blehovic was that gut feeling, that instinct. Just watching these two stare at each other, I felt that Dominic Reyes peaked at the Jon Jones fight.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kainoto.
They're going to say that Israel got kicked in the nipple and it ruptured glands underneath. I think this is the way to go. Remember how we ragged on TJ and his puffy nips?
But they were different.
IT isn't the truth until it becomes the truth.
But
That is a
TJ's
different look.
nipples looked way different. They did not look like this.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Nothing's impossible in this sport. I will say that.
It's roids. Pec tears don't sag. To be fair, they're both on the gear. The stuff Izzy is on raised his estrogen. He should have taken an estrogen blocker, but those if caught are red flags for juicing. He's on the gear 100%.
It's crazy.
I'll say allegedly for legal.
People are so freaking convinced. I am not. And listen, I don't know anything about steroids. So I could be completely off. I was off about TJ. I was off. That was one I definitely got wrong. I did not see that coming. We had a guy from another show like calling me up and telling me, dude, he's on steroids. This was years ago, before anyone was talking about steroids. And then Cody Garbrandt threw him out there and yada, 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 and the rest is history. I don't see it, though.
Wonderful,
I mean, the
wonderful.
evidence is there, but I can't see it.
The only person at fault for everyone talking about gyno and ass rape is Israel and no one else. Don't blame fans, blame him. IT was Roger Age, embarrassed smiley face. Israel is also lucky they didn't chop his head off in the ring, but sex is highly illegal there.
That's what people were talking on last night's
I
stream.
hate to be the person that's like constantly defending Israel, but I feel like all of your points are just kind of moot at this point. Here's the thing. Israel was offended by Paulo Costa before the fight even happened, when Paulo Costa did all that stupid shit with the comments and the white belt and everything else. He did everything to offend Israel Adesanya, and we all know Adesanya's been a guy of vengeance. He loves getting his revenge on people who disrespect him. He's a very sensitive dude. Like, he just gets offended very easily. So that's why he did the whole humping thing. Was it appropriate? No. But that's why he did it. He just irrationally reacted. And then the whole Gyno thing is just, I think it's completely irrelevant. I think people are just looking for something to throw shade at him. Honestly, I really believe that.
If I was Paulo Costa, you know what I would say? I would say, hey, you accused me of doing steroids. You butt raped me over there. And then look at you walking into the cage with a sagging gyno tit. I would play the steroid route if I was. Paulo Costa has it right in front of him. Like, he should, even if Izzy didn't do steroids, it's right there. Paulo Costa, like, he's got his boys telling him what to do. Tell him to do that. Go that angle. And people, clearly from these donations, people will jump on that train. And it would make Paulo look better. Izzy's a cheater. Izzy's this. Izzy's that. They'll jump on that train. That's the angle Paulo should go if he's going to complain and cry.
Super chat.
Paulo, he just missed it.
Why is everyone overlooking Whitaker?
It's crazy, right? Just a proud Mexican American. I hope.
Even Dana White's saying that Cannonier is going to beat Whitaker.
Yeah, it's weird. Everyone is looking past him saying Cannonier, Cannonier, Cannonier. Bobby Knuckles can go in there and fucking head kick Cannonier or just squeeze out a decision over there. Bobby Knuckles was a gem at middleweight. He just couldn't stay healthy. If he gets back in the cage with Izzy and retools and regroups, he knows how to win fights. Why are we looking past Robert Whitaker? It's a great question.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Jesse, if you don't think he juiced, then it's all good, but please, oh please don't say that it could be a torn pec.
I did not
They would
say
not
that.
have let him fight. Torn pec theory is more bizarre than steroids.
Yeah,
To
I'm
the
not
trained
with that.
eyes, TJ had the same.
Okay.
I get you though.
I did not say he had a torn pec. I'm saying that the idea was thrown out there that he had a torn pectoral muscle. I've never seen one before, so I fell into the idea. But then someone debunked it on some video on YouTube somewhere.
And I
so
told you too.
I'm trying to reason
super
with
chat.
the idea.
I think you all need to take a good hard look at yourselves. Homosexual tendencies here. It's
Wow.
2020. Just come clean.
Well-
Long live boxing.
Yes, we are
The
okay.
Donations are redlining.
What's that?
The donations are redlining. Just so you know.
Yeah, don't worry. They're fine. They're nice and loud for the people. Thank you, Cotton Patch. Yes, we are all homosexuals here. We love homosexuality. We're all into it. Yeah, I mean, this is weird, man. This is a real weird one. I think, this is my opinion, I think that this man, and I said this earlier, I'm going to say it again. This is what I'm going to go with. I think this guy during quarantine was out there just eating and letting himself go, not getting completely blubbery, but when you have muscle and you're not maintaining, especially your chest, when you're not maintaining your chest, it gets weird shaped. You know, it kind of sags and goes down and droops. Izzy's what, 32 years old? You know, if you're in great shape and then you just kind of let it go for a little bit, you know, and then all of a sudden you get back into good shape again. Sometimes your muscles tighten up and then you'll sag in certain areas where you don't want to sag. Maybe that's the case. I'm going to go with that. Or maybe he was on medication that did increase his estrogen or some shit like that.
Medications can do that.
What's that?
Depression medications can cause fatty deposits in certain parts of your body. And
You're really low, by the way.
okay.
Speak up. Put some power into that voice, please. We want to hear you. You have a lot to say.
Okay, you heard me. I already said my point.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, maybe it's medication. He's a head case. So maybe he's on some sort of medication that's upping his estrogen. I'm not trying to make excuses. I just don't think it's steroids. As much as I would love to jump on the steroid train, I'm off. I'm not on it. But you guys are making great points. I'm not believing it. Blehovic versus Reyes over here. You know who's not on steroids? Blehovic. That was complete Polish power. Dominic Reyes shit the bed. He peaked in the Jon Jones fight. He peaked there. And that was it. Blehovic had the right game plan. He had the right mindset. And this is what I was saying before the fight too. No crowd. Abu Dhabi. Blehovic, this could be his last chance at getting that strap. Dominic Reyes had the chance, and yes, a lot of people thought he won, but he kind of blew it. He didn't convincingly do enough to get the judges' votes. Blehovic going in there just did his work. Dominic Reyes, I don't think he's as mentally strong as people thought he was. And that Saturday showed it. Credit to Jan Blehovic. Goes back to Poland with the belt. Maybe he'll fight Jon Jones. I don't know how long Jan's going to be up top, but at least he got there, and he won it. So congratulations to the Polish powerhouse.
Super chat.
Milton.
Sexual gestures, inappropriate behavior.
Okay, so we're going to open phone lines up, but first we got to do Save the Show. I'll do it in 2 minutes since we were late. We will open up the phone lines, and I do want to get we're going to talk more about this. You guys want to talk about this Gyno stuff? You know, if that's where you want it, we're going to open the phone lines and hear your voice. People from all over the world, call up the MMA Holes. We can't wait for that. That's going to happen in the next segment. But I do want to just brush through the rest of this card here, which was pretty good. I mean, the top 3 fights were crazy, like absolutely crazy here. So we spoke about the first 2 fights. I mean, the top 2 fights. Adesanya gets the win, the ground and pound. And when I say pound, I mean he spread those cheeks and got in there. Jan Blehovic gets the knockout, the TKO, in the second round as well. And then the fight before that, the submission, the guillotine by Brandon Royval, my new favorite flyweight. Holy smokes, if you did not watch this fight, this was insane. Another second round job. What do you think about Brandon Royval and his performance?
Yeah, this fight was super fun to watch, honestly. I expected France to just kind of like wing it through to a decision, honestly. I didn't expect him to play around with Royval, like with the ground and stuff like that, because Royval's clearly outclasses him. I should have changed my pick. I knew I should have changed my pick, and I never did.
That's all right. We forgive you. By the way, I got 3rd place here, so shout out to the Mystical. And NJ Colas, or Nicholas with a J, please reach out to us. Timothy said that he is giving his prize to you for getting 2nd place over there. So you have until Friday to reach out to us. But I should have won that, Jesse. This is my win, but I got robbed. All right, so that fight was fantastic, and they got a fight of the night, which they deserved very well. Caitlin Vieira, the Vin Diesel, gets the unanimous decision over Eubanks. Fight wasn't that great, no. What about the split decision? Dawodu versus Tukagov. A lot of missed weights on the card, which is kind of messed up. I do like that Izzy did defend his boys and say, yo, if you miss weight, you should give up 90% of your purse. Because he makes a really good point. Basically, fighters miss weight on purpose. They don't need they just want the win. They don't give a fuck about the money. They just want the win. So they get the advantage. They hydrate up. They're naturally bigger. It is pretty fucked up. Maybe you should take away more than 30%. Dawodu gets a split decision. Pretty good fight. Tukagov is kind of a can, so who cares? Riddell versus De Silva, unanimous decision for Riddell. You got Jake Matthews just embarrassing Diego Sanchez. Something that I missed, and I can't believe I missed it. On Twitter, we put it out there. There's a comparison of Jorge Masvidal when he came out, arms behind the back, flying knee. Diego Sanchez did the same thing, and it was so ridiculous looking that I didn't even put two and two together. He literally came out there with the same game plan, except he had the dad bod, and Jake Matthews just countered with a left. Go on the MMA Holes, at the MMA Holes Twitter. What do you think after watching that?
I honestly didn't even pick up on it until I saw the side-by-side. It was kind of cringy, I'm not going to lie. But Diego Sanchez is just a nut. So, I mean, did you expect anything less?
I can't believe I missed that. I really can't. I guess I was just into seeing. Now, here's the clip.
UFC.
Whoa, shit. Hold on. Here's the clip over here. I can't really play because, of course, the UFC. But go to the MMA Holes Twitter. We have it. We retweeted it. Shout out to Abdullah Alawiwan. But, yeah, it's basically a side-by-side of both fights. It's hilarious because it would look like a parody of what Masvidal did. It completely failed. And Diego Sanchez, Jesus. Oh, my goodness. What are we going to do with Diego Sanchez? All right, let's get back to the rest of the card here. Also, we have Klein getting the head kick win, the punches in the first round over Shane Young. We have our boy William Knight, baby. William Knight, who is flying home now, gets the job done, dominates Kimura, the second, third round, just out-muscling him, powering through, getting his first octagon win. Looking forward to seeing what happens in the future of the nightmare. Submission for Espino over Jeff Hughes. Espino looking pretty good with the stash. And we got Marquez with the win, unanimous over Ibragimov. Who cares?
Ibragimov.
All right, let's do Save the Show, Jesse, because we're going to add 25 minutes on the clock. But now's the time where you can extend it. So 25, and we're going to tack on some more. If you want to keep the party going, drop a donation with Save the Show. Here we go, Jesse. You ready?
I'm ready.
Just got to find it. Yeah. Okay. 5 minutes are on the clock. Every donation that comes in within the 5 minutes, we're going to extend it that much time. So $2, 2 more minutes, $5, 5 more minutes. We got a party here. You're still getting 25 minutes. You're still getting phone calls, but be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. Let's squeeze a quick story in here. Okay. Let's get one more in before the save is done.
All right.
Here we go.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got Mark.
It's as fucked as a soup sandwich for sure. That is all.
What? Well, add the 2 minutes, but what is he talking about? The soup sandwich? We talk about the nips or the butt fucking? I'm not quite sure. All right. Okay, let's get into that next story.
So you know what? We already covered this. I really don't need to cover this one again. Jan calling out Jon Jones.
No, yeah, let's move on from that.
Khamzat Chimaev is calling for a title shot against Israel Adesanya, though, after UFC 253.
Okay, Khamzat. Oh, shit. Hold on a second here.
Colby Covington wants to kiss your hand. Donald Trump can kiss your hand. Kiss your hand.
Kiss your hand.
Trump, you have a delicious hand.
A lot.
Save the Kevin from Chicago home for misplaced fight analyst.
All right. Thank you, D-Rest. We will put, hopefully Kevin calls in. And listen, get those donations in. We'd love to extend it for a long period of time. Got a lot of things to talk about tonight, but that puts us at 32 minutes. So thank you. You are
wonderful, wonderful.
You know what? We'll talk about Khamzat, but let's talk about the Conor thing that dropped with Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, man. Did you hear about this?
You told me about it just before the show. I don't have...
Oh, shit. We got a fart donation. We got the fart. Mark with the $20 flagellant. bowl of sunshine tonight. Here we go, Mark.
Save the show, damn it.
Thank you,
Puts
Mark,
us
for the
at
20.
52 minutes.
All right, 52 minutes. I like it. That's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, I hope everyone farted. I expect everyone to fart during that donation. Let me know what the ones in the chat if you farted along with me. Let out the flagellants.
I didn't hear about the whole Dustin Poirier thing until you just told me before the show, so I don't have a story on it.
Hold on a
You said
second.
Drunk Savage posted something.
Let me look. Yeah, I think Drunk got something here about it. Hold on. Yeah, so Conor McGregor proposes an offer to Dustin to do a charity fight, exhibition match of MMA, and it's for a good cause, but it's a little weird. What happened? What the fuck is that?
Chat.
Drunk Savage with the super chat. There he
Save
is.
the show. Did you guys pick up RX's gift yet?
No.
You gotta get that. And 90% is the worst idea ever. I'll explain on my call.
Okay. Make sure, Drunk, though, sober up a little bit in your call, because the last time you called, you were not very coherent. So we want a little bit more sober Drunk. All right? Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. All right, so let's and thank you for the subs, guys. I see you coming in. Appreciate it. Hit the like button too. So Conor McGregor charity fight. Let's see. Last time I clicked on this, it just fell apart.
All right.
See
Well,
what
that's
Conor
a
said.
lot of exchange.
Yeah, hold on a second. No, it was like a Twitter exchange. Oh, here we go.
You got to scrub. There's one more, I think.
No.
Yeah, right there.
Is it?
Yes.
Looks like the same fucking thing.
One.
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay. So Connor tweeted, "I asked for May, you fat fool. What are you saying? I fought in January."
Oh, shit. Hold on a second. Speaking of Devin Clark and Jon Jones, Drunk Savage.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Jon Jones, crash the show. Jon Jones, crash the show. Jon Jones, crash the show. Jon Jones,
Jon Jones on the show.
crash the show. Jon Jones, crash the show. Jon Jones, crash the show. Jon Jones, crash the show.
Crash it.
Jon Jones, crash the show.
How did Jon Jones get there? And there's Devin. We'll get him on soon. He's got a fight coming up.
Save the show. Seriously, pick that gift up and
Oh.
remember I had something to do with, so don't ban me, bro.
Okay. Thank you, Drunk Savage. Appreciate the Jon Jones save the show, and we will get it by the end of the week. Jesse just rolls her eye. What? You can at least make it a little less obvious.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, Kevin.
Chris, you keep asking Jesse questions about Izzy when we already know what the answers are gonna be.
Yeah.
I thought you were biased when it came to Connor, but she's taking it to a whole other level with her love for Izzy. Anyways, legendary Polish power.
What do you think, Jess, about that?
What do you want me to do?
The booby, booby, booby. Last one over here, Mark. All right, add it on. Thank you, Mark.
Titties. Save the show.
Hell yeah. All right, we got a lot more show to get to. So we got 1 hour and 12 minutes. All righty. All right, I'll put 1:15 on there since I do see one more, and that's it. That's all you get. But thank you. 1 hour and 15 more minutes. Hell yeah, people.
Guys.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, we're going to have a fun time tonight.
Wonderful, wonderful.
At the angle he was just in, it looks like Chris also has gynecomastia, or was it just his shirt wrinkled odd angle? Lol, Moss, you got some good back development. No homo. Great hair and peck. You must have a tiny one. You
Yes, I get-
must. Rainbow.
Very tiny penis.
I thought steroids make your balls shrink, not your penis.
I don't know. No, yeah,
Yeah, it makes
actually
your
it does,
balls
right?
shrink. So your penis still looks, if anything, it makes your penis look bigger because your balls are so tiny.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Okay, so thank you for the donations over there. Here's what Kainoto. Here's what Kainoto McGregor said.
Wonderful, wonderful.
What do you say to Dustin?
He said, I asked for May, you fat fool. What are you saying? I fought in January and tried to go ahead, but was purposely held back to be an alternate for a July fight. Wait, 7 whole fucking months and maybe I'd get to fight? Are you stupid? What are you saying, May? I asked for May versus anyone. And then Poirier responds, Conor? And then Conor says, hey, bro, you want to do an MMA charity fight? Zero to do with the UFC. I will donate $500,000 towards your charity for it, sell it on pay-per-view, or work a TV deal, and we will work out other charities that are close to my heart also. I am engaged in many, strictly a charity exhibition.
Okay, so what do you think about this, Jesse?
I mean, there's more exchange.
That's pretty much it. That's the gist of it over there. They're lobbying.
So Conor's talking to Dana White in that first tweet because Dana White came out and said that Conor broke man code by leaking the messages between him and Conor. And that's what he called Dana a fat fool.
Yeah.
So that part.
It's a little slap in the face. Hey, let's fight MMA for charity. Find another network to show it. I mean, it's the Diamond doesn't get what he wants. Conor doesn't get what he wants. Could you imagine they have an MMA fight outside of the promotion? Dana White, I bet his head wants to explode from this.
Well, that's what Conor wants. He said zero to do with the UFC. He wants to make it clear that he has no interest in working with Dana White if Dana White's going to start talking trash.
Could this... Now, this is going to be an interesting topic, too. We're going to get to more of the Jon Jones stuff and open up the phone lines. But could this open up the door to a perhaps Conor McGregor type promotion? He has the McGregor whatever
he has
the hell.
Money for it.
I mean, he has his own management company, right? But imagine he starts his own promotion, right? This segues into something else where he puts charity involved in it. He's already got the celebrity status, and he goes against the UFC with his own MMA promotion.
Yeah, listen, I think that right now he's upset with Dana. I don't think that he would go so far as to create a promotion against Dana, you know, because that's competition. I don't think Conor wants to do that. Conor knows where his place is, but he also knows what power he has and how much money he has. So I think he's going to do stupid shit like this, and he's going to try and really stick it to Dana without having to go through the trouble of creating a whole other promotion.
There is a part of me that wants to see Conor back in there in the mix and fighting the top guys, you know, at 155. I wanted to see that season completed. It all got blown up and destroyed, and it's up in flames ever since the coronavirus hit. But Dustin Poirier versus Conor is a fight that I'm interested in at 155. It happened already. He knocked out P-Head quick, but a more filled out, thick Dustin, a healthier Dustin is fascinating to me. If this is for charity and this does happen, I will be interested. Very, very interested in this fight. It's for a good cause and all that stuff. I'm interested.
I believe it would happen, but you have to remember too, I don't know if Dustin wants to go against the UFC like that. If Dustin takes that fight, he's kind of stepping into hot water because Dana White could be like, Dustin, what the fuck are you doing?
He's doing it for charity, but he would say, like, if Dana got pissed at Dustin would be like, you didn't give me the, you know, what I wanted for the fight, you know, and I'm doing this for charity. Now Conor, I mean, both of them get away with it if they're doing it for charity. You know what I'm saying? What Dana White's got to do is like, okay, you can have this fight happen, but it has to be under the UFC umbrella, and we'll do some of the proceeds to a certain charity. That's the UFC's got to swoop in and do that. But if they don't, and they're doing this for charity, and then Dana White's like, all right, Dustin Poirier, you're cut. Could you imagine what that makes the UFC look like?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it would be an exchange that would take place behind closed doors, but I still think Dana White would get upset with him.
All right. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Now, we're interacting with you guys and gals all night long here, as we do have, a couple of donations. Let's play them.
Super chat.
A 10 spot from the CC.
Watch along tour. Would love to meet ya in UK SDS.
Oh, hell yeah, baby. Let's all meet up. Get rid of this freaking coronavirus, which is making another comeback. I don't know what the fuck that's about. But,
might make another.
God damn, man, that would be great. International MMA Hole Tour. Could you imagine, Jesse? We hop on a bus. We go crazy. Worldwide. The MMA Holes. That'd be wonderful, wonderful. By the way, I want to give a shout out to this human being over here before we get to that next donation. Check this out. This is from D Slice in the chat. And what does he say, Jess?
Deli Slice.
Is that Deli Slice? Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Deli Slice.
Says, this show is crazy. Never seen anything like this. Nice work.
There we go. That's right. We pride ourselves. 4 years strong doing this. I can't believe you've never seen us, but welcome to the family. That's what it is. Complete family, a shit show over here. You're not going to see anything. People could try to imitate, but you'll never see a party like the party that goes down over here. All right.
Booby, booby, booby.
Oh shit! Party time!
Booby, booby, booby trap. Booby, booby, booby trap.
Booby, booby, booby trap.
Booby, booby, booby trap.
Booby, booby, booby trap. Booby, booby, booby trap. That's Mark.
I do like the boobies. That is all.
Jesse, do you like the boobies?
I like the boobies.
I like the boobies too. All right. So thank you to the donators. We're going to keep it going. You ready for some music?
Yes.
Get ready. Get ready to call the MMA holes. This is the number. The line's going to be jammed up, but let's try to get as many MMA holes possible. We have 760 watching. Thank you for joining us. Hit the like button.
150 thumbs in the air like you don't care. 150 thumbs in the air like you don't care. 150 thumbs in the air like you don't care. Open up your bra, show your tits 7%. Yeah, MMA show with the holes and the more. Yeah, JBH with the news you really can't compare. Throw your thumbs in the air. Throw your thumbs in the air. 150 thumbs in the air like you don't care. 150 thumbs in the air like you don't care. 150 thumbs in the air like you don't care. 150 thumbs in the air like you don't care. 150 thumbs in the air like you don't care. 150 thumbs in the air like you don't care.
Come on, like the video, you
The
folks.
dislikes can listen to Tyron Woodley rap.
If you haven't liked this video, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Thank you to the noob for the sub over here. We'll be back after the short break to take phone calls, to talk about Adesanya's titty, to talk about Jon Jones. Where is he going? Conor McGregor. Blehovic, the Polish powerhouse, getting the job done. Let's go, people.
Hello, you're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
What's up, Jesse and Chris? It's Drunk Savage.
No way!
Drunk Savage. What's up, Jesse and Chris? It's Drunk Savage.
I can't believe you're calling right now. Drunk Savage, what's on your mind?
Not much.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I have a respect for everybody in the chat.
MMA holes.
Vlad's one of them. Kevin from Chicago. AMH, I mean the knitter.
I'm just enjoying this.
I can hear you.
Hi, this is Billy.
We have Sean Hart.
Anything I want. What's up, man?
What's up, Pulse?
Oh, it's Justin Jr.
From Chrome.
Hernandez.
Okay, no.
Gaia Lord.
RX.
Mark Rowe, Heavy Biker Rowe, Indy Russ, Sean Man, Vigo, Big Bob, Mace, Big Dragon White, Nick C, Vigo South, Country Dome, Shannon Stewart, Rogelio, Benjamin, CC 2.0, Pedophilia,
Jeremiah. Hey, Lee W. Michelangelo. MMA holes. Man, what a wonderful, wonderful community.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, I feel it. I feel good. I feel sexy. I feel swole. What's that later slap dance?
I like biting your shoulder.
I know. I had to go to the bathroom and wipe your face off my shoulder, too.
What?
Nah, that's all right. I still love you, Jesse. You're the best.
I spit on you.
Yeah.
Hi. How are you? You ready for some phone calls? Jesse, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, people. 516-522-0267 is our number. We'd like to hear from each and every. I'm out of breath because I ran downstairs and then ran back upstairs to get some more hydration. And I guess my cardio is Conor McGregor-esque. I don't know. Whew. Jesse, why am I so out of breath? What's going on?
Maybe because you're old.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Can everyone say smile, Jesse, in the chat? Let's get at least one for the evening. What do you say?
I did smile earlier.
Oh, all right. 2? Can we get 2? All right. Let's see. Let's get the hangouts going and flowing. All righty then. Google Hangouts. All right, so 516-522-0267. That is our number, and we want to hear from the people. Now, keep calling in, keep trying to... Oh, we got a new member, too. Shout out to our member over there.
CC.
Thank you.
Yeah, baby. CC, baby, is a member. Fukin CC is a white belt now. Just joined up. You are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wow, look at that, Jess. CC in the house. And the subscribers are coming in. It's awesome. All righty. All right. Drop the WWs in the chat. All right. 516-522-0267 is our number. Call us up. We want to know about Gyno, Israel Adesanya, the buttfuck gate of Costa taking it and calling Izzy human trash. Human. I don't think I've ever heard that one before. Human trash. Have you heard that before?
I mean, I've heard people called trash.
But human trash.
I mean,
what is human trash?
It's like the opposite of
non-human trash?
Non-human trash. Extraterrestrial trash.
Yeah, human trash. Look at all the wonderful wonderfuls, by the way, in the chat. Look at these people. They're all WW as we're waiting for the phone calls. 516-522-0267. Here's the number for the new people coming in. There you go. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind about, oh, man, I did a minute and 15 seconds. The hell's wrong? What the hell's wrong with me over here? There we go. All right, it's good to go.
Now 516-522-0267.
No, it wasn't the number. It was the clock. What's in the clock? Okay, so let's wait for those people to get through. We'll squeeze a story in until they finally can beat each other out, because that's what's going to happen. It's going to be tough for them to get through.
I want to go back to the Khamzat thing.
Oh, hold on a second. All right. 832, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Hey, this is Larry. I wanted to comment on Gyno Gate.
Okay, Manny.
Yeah, you do have a very distinct voice now that we paid attention to it.
Yeah, I think everyone knows that. But,
what's up, Manny?
Anyway, yeah, so I was looking it up, and I was, going on YouTube and seeing, like, on bodybuilding chat rooms and stuff, what they thought. And everybody's, like, 1,000% convinced that it's gear, allegedly. And one of the YouTubers that I didn't even think followed MMA did a whole bit on it. And he said whenever you usually have, first of all, pec tears happen closer to, like, the armpit.
Yeah.
And they're bruises. And then he said if you ever have that, it's really gradual. So the fact that Izzy's body changed so quickly, that's a clear sign right there. That's all you need to. And the puffiness at the nipple area. I can't believe we're talking about this, but yeah, like when I saw it right away, I was like, I knew it. I was like, oh, this guy's on gear, 1,000%. So unless, like only worked out the left part of his body for whatever reason for training, like he was only doing one-handed push-ups and let the other side just go.
Well, what about the theory
allegedly
of medication? Like, so say if he's on antidepressants or something like that, he does seem like he's a little loopy in his mind. What if he's on something that increased estrogen?
It would be gradual. It would be gradual. Wouldn't you go to your doctor and go, hey, look, I've got saggy tits? Like,
yeah, I would. I 100%. I would go to the doctor and be like, what the fuck is going on? I'm turning into a woman. Yeah.
Right. It's like, you would be depressed, and then you'd be even more depressed if you develop tits.
He's walking around like nothing's wrong. It's just his tits hanging off his chest, and he's like, "Yeah, what are you looking at?" It's true.
I mean, if medication is causing this, get off of it immediately, right? And the fact that when they asked him directly about it, a clean athlete never wants to give the perception that he's dirty. You automatically go and say, hey, it's this happened, It was like, why are they looking at me? The whole thing's just suspect. I mean, I think there's no denying it. Like I said, if it's something else, get off the medication immediately. You don't need that in your life.
It is weird. Like, I'm still going to stick with it not being steroids, but I can't deny the evidence, of people that are saying it is steroids. It's just like I still like the innocent until proven guilty. I'm just weirded out that when he was asked it, he's like, why is he looking at my titty? It's like, everyone is looking at your titty, dude. Just say what it is. Like, say what's up, and we'll move on, you know?
Exactly. I mean, it's very noticeable.
Yeah.
And it was like the guy on the YouTube video was saying, it's all of a sudden, and he showed photos, like, of how he normally looks, and then all of a sudden he has a saggy boob.
Yeah, hold on a second. We got Geronimo with the $5. Thank you, Geronimo. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. What about Jesse's theory, though, where Jesse said that maybe he knows that this is what's going on. He knows what the reason is. It's not steroids. He's just trolling everybody, and he just wants people to talk about him.
Yeah, like, no, I don't think a clean athlete, it's a touchy subject for all athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And to be accused of using something, especially if you're clean, you will, and then, like I say, just say what happened. Hey, I had an injury in training. It makes you even look like more of a badass.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing is sketch. I mean, I have to say allegedly just for legal purposes, but, you know, like the guy, the donator said earlier, nobody gets caught for steroids. The people that got caught are the people that are poor, that can't afford the good stuff. The stuff that's really legit and out there, they never find out unless it's a whistleblower. Like Barry Bonds, we would have never found out about that clear stuff if it wasn't for a whistleblower. That Olympic athlete, the runner, Miriam Jones, he also said that. She got caught from a whistleblower. Lance Armstrong took every single test, passed them all. Basically, he just gave himself up because he got tired of lying. Or else we would have never found out. So.
Super chat.
Right, and Brandon Morse.
Anyway.
My Ravens just got clapped. What's up, guys?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you, Brandon. And thank you, Manny C. Good call, man.
Yeah, good talking to you.
All
Sorry.
Right. Oops, shit. Well, see you later. Jess, what do you think? Manny C, he made some good points.
Yeah, I agree that it's a touchy subject for all athletes. Like, I'm not going to say you're wrong. You're not. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe it's not a troll job, but I feel like if there's one thing Israel Adesanya has always kind of done, it's played the heel. So I think it would be very characteristic of him to do something like that. That's all.
I want to say this to the new people and the old people that know. I mean, the OGs know that I've been pretty hard on Israel Adesanya. I wasn't on the train for a while, and I said it took Robert Whittaker. I needed him to beat Robert Whittaker, and I still have my excuses. And after the old Romero thing happens, you know, it is what it is. We move on. But the fight that happened Saturday night and what I saw Saturday night, I can't disregard how amazing that performance was. And I have a lot of respect for Adesanya. I'm going to stand by my opinion. I'm going to stand by my theory that no, I think this guy is clean. I'm going to go with that. It goes against everything I believe in because it's so easy for me to jump on the he's dirty train. Like I want to jump on that train in the worst way, but my gut doesn't believe it. I think that this man clearly, the way he was going after Costa, I can't see this human being going hard on Costa for steroids and then dabbling in it himself. The evidence is there. And until we find out that he has popped for steroids, I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm going to say Mr. Adesanya is innocent. I don't feel good about it, but I'm going to stay there, Jesse. Is this weird by me cuz I've been dogging on Izzy for a little bit.
No, I don't think it's weird if it's something you believe.
I do believe it. I really do. And this, it's just too easy for me to jump on this train, but there is evidence. I mean, a lot of people think it. Manny made some great points. Let's get some more phone calls. 516-522-0267. All righty. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, I don't understand why Paulo Costa is not, you know, the human trash thing and the butt fucking. Talk about steroids. Unless Paulo's still using it.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Yo, John Savage.
Yo, drunk.
Well, first thing first. Any fake notos about me?
Any fake donos? No, Justin. No fake donos.
Sad. Get in.
Thank you.
I told Justin every time he asked me that, I'm going to take a shot.
Justin's going to contribute to your death if he keeps doing that. Man, oh, man. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Actually, there hasn't been any. Ever since Justin started saying that, there's no more fake donos with Justin. I guess it worked.
Yeah. So first things first, that taking 90% of your purse, that is just the absolute dumbest fucking idea I've ever heard, because fighters are just going to fucking pull out of the fight, and we're going to miss out on some fucking great-ass fights. So, I mean, I don't understand the logic in that one.
Well, I mean, for a fighter to pull out of a fight, you know, you go through a whole training camp and you miss weight, and then to go back to the drawing board and dump some more money into a training camp, even though you're only getting 10%. I mean, 10% is kind of crazy. I think it should be more than 30, though. I definitely think it should be more than 30. There should be more of a punishment, because I think Izzy's right when it comes to
super chat.
people not giving a fuck.
Listen guys, it's a soy diet. It happened to me. I got a saggy tit after drinking soy milk for a few weeks.
Is it a soy diet? I mean, what's up with soy?
You know what's weird is soy does enhance estrogen in men.
You think he's a soy boy?
So it could, I mean, theoretically, say he has a lot of soy in his diet. It's not impossible for there to be some enlargement in his breasts.
All right, I'm going to go with that, Geronimo. I'm with you. I'm saying it's soy.
Well, just one? I don't know about that.
What about 50% of the purse, by the way? Frankie Friday in the chat says 50%. What about that?
I'd say 10% a pound.
10% a pound. Okay. You figure these guys go in there sometimes. Yeah, you know what? It's not bad, 10%. What do you think? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair.
But no, wait, hold on a second. No, that is a bad idea. Because, I mean, say if they're close to the weight and they're like, oh, shit, I'm not going to hit it, but I'll be off by like 2 pounds. It's only 20%. You know, I'll hydrate up real quick, and I'll fuck this guy up. No, I can't do it. I thought about it, though.
Okay, then how about 10% after 30? Then if you miss like just by 1 or 2, you still make a 30.
So you're saying 30% if it's 1 or 2
standard.
pounds? 2 pounds.
It's a flat rate.
Okay. I would just honestly, see, this is how I look at it. Their job is to get into a cage and fight at a certain weight class. It's not really much to ask from a fighter, right? It's grueling, I'm sure. But if you can't make that weight class, you should not fight in that weight class. It's disrespectful to your opponent, and it's disrespectful to your boss. It's disrespectful to the fans. So, yeah, I think 30% is too low.
But, yeah, you never know with the weight camps, fight camps and fucking injuries and shit. You know, it can be hard to make weight. So
Sure. All right, Chuck. Come on, man.
All right, but
get to Titty Gate. We know you got something in you.
Yeah. So where are all the Costa fans these days? I haven't seen any fucking on Twitter or nothing.
That's right. They're all hiding. Well, no, they're not hiding. You know, they're just jumped on the titty train. They completely are avoiding the fact that Costa got smashed.
Yeah. And, you know, yeah, I think Izzy's been clean his whole fucking career, but I don't know, man. This one, I think he might have fucking juiced. I mean, because fucking Costa was making all those comments, seemed like he was fucking juicing, so he might have thought, yo, let's fight on an even playing field here, motherfucker.
All right, Jess, I'm going to let you take this one because this is your boy.
No,
I've been saying enough.
I'm good.
What?
Pass.
Oh, you hear the cat? What does the cat think?
Cat thinks should get a fucking bra.
The draw. Jess, come on. What do you think? Tittygate, you got to defend your boy.
Pass. I already defended him. How many times? I'm not going to keep repeating myself.
Okay. All right. We got Drunk's opinion. All right. Anything else in your mind?
Yeah. He could have fucking done it. I mean, I heard all this other shit, but one titty, I mean, it's a little suspicious. And why wouldn't he fucking say anything about it on the post-fight presser? You know, when someone asked him about it, he looked like a fucking deer in headlights, and he tried to avoid the fucking question, change the subject as soon as possible.
It is weird. But Jesse has that theory, which it could be right. I don't think it is, though. I honestly, there's something up. He's got to know what's up with his tit. Like, he's got to know what the hell the deal is, you know? But maybe he's trolling. Maybe like Jesse said, maybe he's trolling.
Yeah, but why would a fighter want something like that next to their name? I mean, that doesn't go away and shit.
Yeah, I'm
People
with
are already going to fucking talk about that.
Yeah, because you just had a spectacular performance where you took out a guy undefeated. Everyone was saying, this is the dude. This is the dude. You're going to lose to Paulo Costa. He's a beast. He's going to come forward. and Izzy just made it look. He made him look stupid out there, and everyone's talking about his tit instead. Like, it's weird.
That's because
I wouldn't want that shit. Come on.
Wait, hold on, Jesse.
people don't want to talk about the fact that Costa lost. Don't you understand? Like, this is all just a distraction to the fact that their guy Costa did not win the way they thought he was gonna win.
Yeah, but the problem is Izzy could have diffused it right off the bat by saying my tit is a balloon. I don't know. Like, he could have said something. This is why my tit's like this. I injured it. I had too many fucking soy drinks. Well, I don't know. He could have had an excuse. His tit is hanging off his chest. You know he knows why.
Wonderful,
why would he just?
wonderful.
Why are you looking at my titty? He says.
This is Justin Jr. Fake Dono. Is there any real Donos with my name?
Oh, it's back. Oh, it's back.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jesse's gonna stand strong with that. Her defense. It's fishy. I mean, listen. I don't think he did steroids, but it's fishy. I'm not gonna deny that.
Yeah, you know, Anderson still fucking proven guilty, and he's still a fucking great fighter. There's no doubt about that. You know, steroids don't make you a fucking better fighter. They don't increase your fight IQ, so, you know, I'm not going to completely hate on him.
Yeah, look at Anderson. Anderson Silva was, you know, he was dirty. Jon Jones was dirty. No one gives a fuck. They're just like goats. Izzy will be fine. Just come out of the closet. Say you're gay and say you're on steroids. And then we'll move on.
We got some fucking great fights out of them, so you know what?
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. Okay, anything else?
Not giving me no fucking brain damage.
No. All right, Drunk. What else we got?
So who you think had the better fucking KO, Yan or Izzy?
Oh, man. Better KO. Well, I was
Izzy.
more... You thought Izzy? Why? What's the
Not
reason?
because I'm biased. I just thought that Dominic Reyes was a better matchup with Jan, and I thought Costa was. I almost believed people like that Costa was going to be the toughest competition for him to knock out, and he proved everyone wrong.
So, all right. I'm going to say Blehovic. And the reason why is he was a big underdog. A lot of people were genuinely shocked. I don't know why he was a big underdog, and I don't know why people were shocked, but that was the case. Izzy was the favorite. So why would that be a shock? I mean, it's a shock that he maybe knocked him out. But
I guess because Costa was the undefeated fighter, and it was just he'd never been knocked out before, so the idea of Izzy knocking him out was kind of slim. And, you know, I even told everyone, go decision. Izzy's going to win, but go decision. And the fact that he knocked him out was awesome.
I don't know. Listen, when we were showing what Costa did and who he fought and who Izzy fought, it just didn't line up. We didn't have enough evidence that Costa was as good as everyone was saying he was, and it was proof in that night. So to me, it wasn't. It was exciting, and I did think it was going to go a decision. But the Blehovic just completely breaking the fucking nose of. Let's be honest, Reyes is undefeated. You know, a lot of people think he beat Jones. So technically, people think Reyes is undefeated, and Reyes has been putting people to sleep. And Jan put his nose sideways. He destroyed his ribs.
Ah, super chat.
Hold on, we got a super chat coming in.
Izzy may beat Jan, but there's some killers in the top 15 in LHW that would kill Izzy, in my opinion.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. That's a tough one, but I think Izzy can hang there. It's gonna be tougher, of course, bigger boys, but
yeah, I mean, Rat Chick.
Yeah.
And what's his name? The new guy, Jari. What's his name?
Although I think Izzy can hold on to the belt longer than Jan. I think Blehovic is not going to be able to hold on to it very long. That's just
I don't know, man. He's kind of a beast. You know, I always thought he was going to beat Jon Jones.
Maybe.
I think all fighters should be required to juice. Bring the violence.
You know what?
Yeah, Pride days, baby.
Yeah, we spoke about that before. You know, earlier in the show's years, where we were like, just let them all juice up. Then we wouldn't have to be spending hours on talking about a man's pizza tit. We wouldn't even care. What do you think about that, Jess? Let them all juice.
I mean, in fairness, there was already an era where that happened, and they had to stop it. So
bring it back.
It's silly.
Let's go, baby. Bring the roids back into the game. I'm in. Then we don't have to spend so much time on the shape of a man's nipple. Everything's fixed.
But you understand, like, even if steroids were legal for fighters and everybody was on steroids, there would just be something else. Like, I think that's what is kind of frustrating.
Well, the butt fucking would be
There's always going to be something. People are always going to look for something. Even if steroids are legal and they can't use steroids, they're going to find something else.
Oh, boy, did Izzy. Was he a busy man that night? Floppy tit, raw dog, the whole deal. He did it all.
Coked up.
He did everything. Oh, man. All right, Drunk. Any final words?
Yeah, you hear Costa came out and said he's so undefeated in his mind. Fuck you, RX.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Drunk.
But yeah, pick up that gift. And yeah, I fucked up on a donation. I had nothing to do with that gift.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
All right. We'll keep an eye out for that thing. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Later, Slide
All right.
Oh, super
Drunk
chat.
Stab. Sounds like he's drunk again.
I agree with Outlaw Bear. Let them juice.
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, right? Let's do it. Let's do it, kids. If you want to be an MMA fighter, get on the steroids because that's the only way you're going to make it to the UFC. Hot diggity dog. Let's go. Flop the tits out. Actually, Izzy wouldn't even have floppy tits, right? If he stayed on the juice, he'd be fine.
It's not the UFC that's not allowing it. It's the commission. And the commission's not going to allow shit, especially with other sports leagues out there. They're not going to do that.
Just let them all roid up. Juice to the gills. All right, let's take some more phone calls. 516-522-0267. Call us up. Let us know your thoughts on Tittygate. Anything else on the card that we didn't touch upon? There is a lot of stories. Our buddy William Knight getting the job done. Blehovic, we can do a little more Blehovic. I do believe Blehovic was the more... I mean, they're both great. They're both great fights. I mean, they have their own unique twist on why it's so special, you know, with Blehovic and Izzy.
843, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Well, I just want to say that I think that this is all a booby trap.
Oh, is this Bill?
This is Evil Bill.
Evil Bill. What's going on? Yeah, I mean, perfect person. I mean, this is a lot of, when controversy has hit our interwebs, Evil Bill is the perfect person to talk to.
Well, Hillary's sitting over here beside me, and she thinks that we should switch the dono to an Izzy booby trap, but I disagree. His booby is not as advantageous or looks quite as well as the current boobies we have.
All right, Jess, what do you think? Should we have
What about a humping donation?
Well, now, the humping donation, that would be a good one. But can we have two girls humping one another?
Yeah, it would be weird after a while seeing Izzy humping Paulo over and over again. That's really a rape donation because that's what it was. It wasn't consensual. Anyway,
yes, that was an actual a style bendish type butt rape going on there.
You would know, right?
It's just like the boobies. Hush, honey, I'm telling them about your boobies. Not anyone else's.
Yeah.
What it is, see, Izzy has slept on one side overnight, and he caused a premature deformation in his boobie.
Oh, it's an indent from sleeping.
That's it. It just did not fully recover. See, now, myself, I have a vast knowledge of boobies, and I've had a girlfriend that slept on one side, but her boobie it took it a day or two to come back to match up with the other.
Super chat.
Hold that thought. CC coming in 2.0.
Want to be the most popular fighter, come out as gay.
It's true, right? Well, I mean, he didn't have to come out. He really did. He had sex with a man in front of everybody. Anyway, back to Evil Bill.
Well, as I was saying, I do like the boobies. Anyway, how about old Blachowicz there? Jon Blachowicz.
Yes, Jan Blehovic, man. What a performance.
If we're not going to talk about the female mammalia, then let's talk about something else.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Super chat.
Hold on, Bill. We have Outlaw.
Let all sports athletes take all PED. Make sports exciting again. I know Bill is for performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Bill? Let them all dabble into it.
Well, I have been known on occasion to take a performance-enhancing drug or two in time past.
Oh,
the ticker's getting a little wore out for that nowadays.
I mean,
I think old Polish Power's got a few left in him.
You think so, huh? You think he'll defend a couple of times?
I was admiring your old man's championship comments there earlier.
Super
Oh, hold on. Crazy HD video is coming in.
Rakic and Yuri give Izzy serious problems, I think.
Rakic and Yuri. Yeah, Yuri's interesting. He's very interesting to me. Sorry, Bill.
Now, on a serious note,
Yeah.
Rakic is my man. I already went out on the web talking about Rakic. He's got the personality of a radish that's been sitting out in the sunshine too long, but as far as fighting skill and all that, I think he can step up to the plate when the time comes.
Interesting. Yeah, he's tough.
Given his training regimen.
Yeah. This is great, man. We have the former president on, and this is a great night to have you on. I mean, you've been very controversial in your days, but I think you got a raw deal. You know, I think you just misunderstood.
Somebody told me to clear my throat. This is my normal voice.
All right.
Now.
Yeah. So
that's
anyway,
about all Evil Bill has really got to say, unless you got anything else you want to throw at the old prez here.
Jess, you have anything?
No.
Anything? No?
No.
All right. Jesse's done too. Thank
Jesse,
you.
Jesse, it is glad to see you smile finally. I hated to fart on you earlier, but it had to be done.
Yes, you're right.
All right, let's let somebody else call in.
Okay.
Thank you. Evil Bill. Thank you. Look at that. Evil Bill calling it. 516-522-0267. Got presidents calling in, knowledgeable steroid people, everything tonight. Drunks. We got it all tonight. All right. Give us a call. There's the number up top. Love to know your thoughts on the whole situation. It's a little crazy. A little crazy tonight.
832, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up? It's Pulse.
Hey, Pulse. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful.
Oh, Pulse, man. You had a rough night on Saturday.
Yeah, I kind of took a bath on 253.
Okay. What do you think about everything that went down?
Okay. Well, first of all, we make jokes, but I was serious when I said that Izzy is gay. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, right in front of us. First of all, there was the pink hair, then there was that dangling earring, and now it appears he's transitioning right in front of us.
So, having sex with a man after the fight, then
that was the worst. Yeah, that was it right there. That was all the proof we needed.
And then the booby. Yeah, I have a picture of him right here up, and his arm is out, but you do notice that there's not. I mean, there's a little weird indent there, but I don't know if I really see anything. So you think he's transitioning? Is that your theory?
I think he's transitioning, except he hasn't made the money he's wanted, so he's getting it done one bosom at a time.
Oh, what do you think, Jess?
Oh, Pulse.
Ultimately, his ultimate goal is he's going to get that wang chopped off, and he's going to challenge Amanda Nunes. He wants to be a three division champ.
I mean, Amanda, she could fight anything. She's crazy, man. She's crazy dominant. What do you think, Jesse? You know, taking out all the Brazilians, even Amanda Nunes.
Oh, Pulse.
Oh, Jesse's not on board. She's not buying it.
I'm telling you, this is what's going on right in front of us.
Super chat.
Hold on, we got Outlaw coming in again. Outlaw
Bill
Bear.
C takes the blue pill while watching middle school wrestling.
Maybe that might be the case. Thank you. All right, anything else on your mind, Pulse?
Well, as far as him pantomiming, pushing Paulo's shit in, there's no place for that in the sport. You touched on something earlier. This is their job. So it's like they're co-workers. And that really is sexual harassment in the workplace.
You know, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth, man. Like, he did, like, that is, it's, if you get fined in other sports for excessive celebration, this and that, I mean, you don't get any more excessive than humping your opponent's asshole.
Yeah,
right?
I've already said that I would not be surprised if the UFC threw punishment at him.
Well, though, you could just make that the norm, and that, like, I posted on Twitter saying they should put that in the EA game as a celebration. You know? What do you think?
I mean, what would happen if Dominic Cruz on the ESPN broadcast started like dry humping Karen Bryant? Would he have a job?
Well, I mean, that might be a little different. I don't know. I don't know. It's that. I think that. Yeah, you'd probably get fired for that. How did he get a pass though? How did Adesanya get like? No one asked Dana White. Did you listen to the post-fight press conference?
Yeah, I saw snippets of it online.
Oh, okay. I gotta find out if someone had to have asked Dana, like that celebration. Like, what do you think about that? How is no one talking about? That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's roids or not, but it's funny that it's just one side of it. Like, I've never heard of it. It's sort of like he stuck a clothespin to it and then tied a string around it and then like tied it the other end to a door and like had somebody slam it. It's just like hanging off there. And I think that's the real reason why Paulo lost, because he was preoccupied with that bosom.
All right. Okay, Paul. So you have anything else in your mind?
No, that's it. Later.
Bye. It was like he was doing a stand-up set there. What was that? I thought, I wanted to do a rim shot every time he said something. All right. Thank you, Pulse. Jesus. 516-522-0267. So Pulse thinks he's gay. He thinks he's transitioning into a woman. Jess, you want to piggyback off of that, or are we good?
We're good. 250, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's the name? What's on your mind?
Jesse, Chris, how are you guys doing tonight, man?
We are
wonderful.
2 joints.
This is Canada calling to check up on 2 of my most favorite people. How are you guys doing?
We are wonderful. How's it going, Mr. Canada? How you doing?
Things are okay, Moss. The weather's been actually a whole lot nicer here lately. A lot of the smoke's kind of dissipated.
That's good.
So we're just transitioning into fall here. All the leaves and shit, they're all starting to turn different colors and stuff. And yeah, it's just a quick little call, Moss. But I just wanted to say, like, full respects to Israel and his skills as a fighter and all that stuff. But man, at the end of that shit, where he got on top and was trying to buck him, I'm telling you, man, I'm old school. I played a lot of hockey and I played some other sports and shit. And when crazy shit went down, the whole team stuck together. And you went and kicked somebody's fucking head in for doing stuff like that. You know the people I blame the most is Costa's corner. When they seen that shit go down, don't you think if they had any pride or self, preservation, there just should have been a fucking massacre of Izzy and all of his fucking cross-eyed friends, man. In my eyes, that was just probably the stupidest thing I've seen in the MMA. I mean, Conor throwing a dolly at the bus just seems nothing compared to something like this happening. So I don't know what you guys think, but I just think it was probably one of the worst things I've seen in the UFC. I mean, be a man, take the loss, shake the guy's hand, and I think Costa was prepared to do that until after he seen the replay and seen Izzy riding like a horny dog fucking down the street, fucking humping away. So
it's actually kind of funny.
I don't know, man.
Costa was clapping his hands, like giving him his respect after the fight, and he had no idea that he was getting raw dogged. He had no clue.
It's quite a thing, man. I just look at, because like seriously, again, like when I played hockey and shit like that, if somebody did a dirty hit or you fucking slammed the goalie, it was all hands on deck. If you're not ready to throw down and show some kind of honor to the team or the color you're wearing, you're really a fucking pussy. And
but did you not think it was funny? Like, did you think it was a little funny?
I'm sorry?
Did you not think it was funny?
Jesse, there's just nothing to laugh about. Darling, I got so much respect for you, but I'm twice as old as you are, 2 years older than Moss, and I've just played so much sports, and I just have there's this underlying rule like in sports, and it's just called like an unwritten rule, and there's just some things you don't do. You don't say stuff about a person's family, or you just don't do certain crazy sexual things. A quick little story. There was a fight a bunch of years ago, and it was Bonner and this Mexican guy, and this Bonner guy was just a fucking cocky asshole, and he did the same Izzy did to his opponent in the boxing ring. And what happened was, I think it was Maida that he was fighting. Maida just fucking cracked him and knocked him out fucking cold. So karma's a bitch. I really don't see. I don't know if Izzy when the next time Izzy's going to lose, but I just hope there's some fucking evil payback, whether it's in the ring or outside the ring.
Now you remember. I'm just in his corner, he has that guy that is Henry Cejudo, his coach too, the really flaming guy with the glasses. He might have been beating off to it. I don't think that. I think that way.
Oh, you know what, Moss? oh, fuck. Like, to each their own, right? Like, I mean, LGTBO, like, fuck, let people do their own. But, man, in front of millions of people, and even the kids, too. Like, I mean, what kind of fucking message is that to the kids? Like, I mean, we've got some younger viewers in the group, and, I mean, they seem pretty mature and stable. But if you get some kid that doesn't have his fucking marbles and he looks at something like that and thinks that's normal. Oh. But anyways, just a quick call, Chris and Jesse. Sorry to disagree with Jesse, but yeah, I'm old school. If I was in Costa's corner, there would have been a fucking brawl, like the end all brawls, man. So, anyways, I'm just sending you guys my support and love you a long time.
Thank you. That's 2 joints coming in. All right, Jess. So, what do you think?
I respect his opinion. I mean, like I said before, I'm going to say it again. I'm not going to change my mind that it wasn't funny. I thought it was pretty funny. Yes, it was tasteless. Yes, it was extremely uncalled for. And yeah, I could reason with if the UFC decided to punish him. On that same note, it was fucking funny. And we were all laughing when he did it. So for you to turn around and say, not you 2 joints, but just in general, for anyone who's turning around saying, oh, it was appalling and disgusting and this and that. If you fucking laughed when he did it the first time, then you're not that appalled. You're being a Karen.
All right. Well, okay. And I respect that opinion. And I did laugh. And I still think it's kind of funny. I like joking about it. I think homosexual humor is quite enjoyable. And that's what he did. He made him his bitch. And I get it. I laughed. I still think it's funny. With that being said, if I was Paulo Costa, I'd be furious.
Yeah, 100%. He has every right to be furious. He has every right to feel invaded. Like,
yeah. But think about sportsmanship now, okay? There is one thing that I love, especially this is what I enjoy about Conor the most, right? He always talks crazy shit up until the fight, and then all of a sudden after all his fights, besides the Khabib thing, but Khabib went fucking feet first into the crowd. So that's a complete shit show. But if you think about it, a lot of these fighters, they talk so much shit all the way up to the fight, and then boom, they give their respect. No matter what was said, they give each other the respect. And even if guys don't like each other, they'll just walk out of the cage, you know, and that's it. It's all done. You say what you said, everything you move on, you have to give respect. In hockey, in the playoffs, and I think they do this in basketball too. Sometimes they don't. But you're supposed to shake the hands of your opponent and pay your respect. This is martial arts. This is a sport that is built off of respect when it comes to competing. And humble, yes. Izzy clearly is not humble.
Right.
Izzy kind of reminds me of, and like I said, it's funny. It is fun. I think it's funny. And if he keeps doing it, I'm going to keep laughing. But as a role model and as a martial artist, it's like a slap in the face to the actual art. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, listen, I 100% agree. And I said this earlier. I truly believe that Israel Adesanya, and not to give him excuses, but I think that he's an irrational person. I mean, we've seen him before. He gets offended easily. Anything said to him, he's very sensitive. So usually people who get offended that easily can sometimes be extremely irrational in their reactions. And I believe that he got caught up in the moment in the win. He knocked out Paulo Costa. He reacted extremely irrationally, and it was uncalled for. But it was it was still funny.
Izzy it's very clear after Saturday night. He was a man that as a boy was bullied. And when Paulo Costa started bullying him, even though he was hyping up a fight, Israel took it to heart. He showed him the white belt thing, all that stuff. And like even when Izzy like threw the belt back at him and the fucking bouncer dudes holding on, the security guys holding on to him, and Izzy just flailing around like a child. Like I believe he has this rooted anger to go against bullies. He's been bringing this up over and over again, and he reverts himself to a child. Listen, he's 32 years old now. It's time to be a man, and maybe the man that he wants to be is a man that fucks another man. I don't know. How do I? How do I fucking know? I don't fucking. It's bizarre. It's hilarious. I get both sides.
Were you acting like a man in your 30s?
In my if I will tell you this right now. I played a lot of sports.
Lie.
I played a lot of sports. I would never butt fuck another human being. Now I would butt fuck my friend at the park as a joke.
React irrationally at someone else's expense at your 30s.
Would I react? Yes, but I would not butt fuck. No, I don't think you understand. You have a man that you just beat up. You already made your point by this job gives you the ability to literally beat the shit out of your opponent and your bully. Your job is to beat the shit out of your opponent. Izzy was like, I already beat the fuck out of this guy. He's lying on the floor. Let me fuck him now. It's pretty much like a woman that just fucking got the shit kicked out of her and then raped. Like, that's what he did to him.
Yeah, listen.
He fucking beat up the woman and raped the woman.
I don't disagree with you.
I mean, it was so ridiculous. I had to laugh because I never seen anything like it.
I feel like that's what it is. I think you just hit the nail on the head. I don't disagree with you. And listen, what are you going to do? It already fucking happened. You can go back in the past? No. The UFC might punish him, and I think he deserves it if they do.
They should address it in some way, and then we move on.
But I'll say it again. Did you expect it to happen? No.
No, it was crazy.
Which is kind of where that shock factor comes from and
Look at him.
why you laugh when it happens.
Look at him. Izzy is balls deep in fucking Brazilian ass right there. This man just got the shit kicked out of him, and Izzy two pumps it in. He's a two-pump chump right in his buttocks, and I laughed my ass off. I laughed because it's fucking hysterical. But at the same time, I get it, man. I get why people are upset because, you know, you're supposed to be a role model, and here you are butt fucking a man after you beat him up. Like, imagine getting into a bar fight, right? Imagine getting into a bar fight, and everyone just, yeah, I'm going to fuck you up. And everyone's just fighting each other. Everyone's rolling around on the ground. You fucking knock a dude out, and you be like, hey, boys, watch this. It's like the fucking Hangover. It's like the tiger going into the fucking cab, and they're just fucking the tiger on the way to the cab. It's crazy, man. By the way, check this out, boys and girls. Only one fight wrong on this card. Only one fight wrong for the mystical one. Goddamn wonderful, wonderful. All right. Back to the calls. Let's play the donation. Sorry about that. We had you guys pause.
Aw, super chat.
Crazy HD.
Jan beats Rakic thwaites the matchup similar to Reyes.
Okay, Jan beats Rakic.
I agree with that, but does Jan beat Prochaska?
Yes, I think Jan beats Rakic too. I'm with you. Prochaska's interesting. We don't know enough about him yet. He's interesting though.
Yeah, Prochaska would be fun.
I'm with you, Crazy HD. Thank you. All right, we're going to play a couple of these donations, and I promise we're going to open up the phone lines. We got 32 minutes left. 516-522-0267 is the number, and we'll open that up in a second. Here we go.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Kainoto.
There are rumors about what Israel got caught doing in the dressing room. This is a developing story. Then this footage gets released. Pulse has a point. Looks like a duck. Sounds like a duck. Sucks like a duck. I posted the GIFs.
Do you think he is gay? I don't know, man. Is he gay? I mean, listen, I don't give a fuck what he does in his personal life.
Man, you guys are all
Is he gay?
reaching so hard for anything on this guy.
What if? Let's just put this out there.
Who gives a fuck if he is?
What if it's not steroids? Let's be serious here. What if Israel Adesanya, who likes to dance, he likes to dabble in the dance. What if the man is transitioning and he is literally taking estrogen? This is crazy. It's fucking nuts.
You wouldn't throw away.
But what if the man is transitioning?
My God.
And then he's gonna be the first fucking trans.
It's almost like pathetic.
What do you think?
How far people are reaching for something.
I don't know. I'm just playing off that donation.
Aw, super chat.
Hell yeah, baby. Rainbow that shit.
What else is the youth but men mounting men?
That's true. Yeah, right? Full mount, half mount, mount. That's true. Yeah, he did nothing wrong. He did mount him, and you mount in the game, right? That's the old butt mount that is performed. Can't argue that. Men mounting men. Yeah, you know what? I knew a gay guy that was actually turned on by the sport. He would watch it. We're all into it. And he would be like, does this not turn anyone else on? I'm like, no. So gay guys are into it, apparently, like sexually.
Aw, super chat.
Just a proud Mexican-American.
I love you guys. Just take my money. Smile, JBH, smile.
Give it to me, please. Thank you, man. Seriously, it keeps everything going strong here, so we appreciate it. We will take your money. All right, a couple more donos. We got one more here. Okay. What do you think tonight of these calls? You want to hear more?
I mean, exactly how I expected, to be honest. I didn't expect anything different.
As a Izzy fan, though, is this suck? Like, you can't even just celebrate this victory because this is the topic?
No, I can celebrate it because I don't give a fuck what they think.
But you don't think you're not frustrated? Like, I'd be frustrated, man.
No.
I thought that was a one-up for Izzy. He pretty much showed the ultimate act of disrespect and beat his ass. Now Paulo acts like a rape victim. Remember when Randy Couture was slapping Tito on the ass while he had him pinned down?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
It didn't. Thank you, Vlad. Didn't Izzy, if I'm not mistaken, before he walked into the octagon in one of his fights, didn't he pretend to piss on the octagon? Did he do that too?
I don't.
Like he's marking his territory? Let me know in the chat if you remember that. I'm pretty sure that happened, where Izzy pretended to piss on the octagon. He's out there, man. He just likes to fuck his opponents, like literally. All right. I see another donation clicking in over here. Play that.
Super chat.
Crazy HD, what up?
Johnny Walker versus Sherry would be so unorthodox, lol.
Oof, could you imagine? Take my money. Right? Johnny Yeri?
Yeah, that's what I said should be next for him.
Yeah. Take it. Please.
But I have worries about that fight.
Why?
Because Johnny just doesn't protect his head, and he can clearly get clipped easy. And Yuri is just as much of a lunatic inside the cage as Johnny is.
Johnny will lose. If you're a Johnny fan, you don't want that fight. Yuri will take him out. That's my prediction.
Super chat.
We got the Outlaw Bear.
Israel saw what Fallon Fox did, sees his retirement plan.
Oh, what do you think? Yeah, the transitioning going on there, Fallon Fox, you know?
Oh, my God.
Just completely go for the sex change. All right, Jesse, take some phone calls. I got to take a leak because of my estrogen pills. They're kicking in.
All right, 516-522-0267. Hold on 1 second. 732, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's the name? What's on your mind?
Justin Jr.
Hi, Justin. What's up?
Nothing much. And to answer the dog piss comment, I think I remember on his first fight that was on his octagon speech, I'm the new dog, and I just pissed all over the yard, something along the lines of that. But yeah, I was one of the rare few that actually felt confident as he by TKO got the perfect on goat milk. And I mean, Romero, he'll just stand there, so Izzy will just, pick him apart, get an easy decision. But Costa, someone who is always moving forward, always attempting strikes. I mean, that'll be a quick finish. But I was surprised at how Costa came out, unlike his style, just very relaxed. Not relaxed, but he didn't want to throw much.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think, but so weren't you one of the ones who was saying that Izzy was going to play against Costa moving forward?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Okay. I couldn't hear for a second. What were you saying, Jesse?
Weren't you one of the guys who was saying that Izzy was going to play against Costa moving forward?
Oh, yeah, I was saying that if Costa rushed him, Izzy would easily counter, and the fight played out really differently because Izzy, he was feinting, and he also has long reach, so Costa was scared to engage like Romero's, but I still got the perfect. But yeah, I was one of the people that said that if Costa rushed in, he would get finished, and the one time he did, he got finished.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. I wanted to get into the co-main event a little. I did pick Reyes. I picked Reyes by decision, but I mean, plus 225 for Jan. I mean, big underdog. I totally disagreed with the odds. I was a little bit worried for Reyes. Hearing him in all his interviews, all his media interviews, always mentioning Jon Jones, saying, "Oh, I beat Jon Jones." And he was still stuck on that, and maybe he overlooked Jan. Like I said, Jan, never a guy I envisioned could be champion. You go back a few years ago to his loss to Thiago. I mean, I never thought Jan would be champion, but perfect game plan, perfectly placed body kicks, and seal the deal. And as for who had the more brutal knockout for Jan or Izzy, I thought Jan, like you said, Chris, he was a bigger underdog. A lot of people were doubting him. I picked Reyes, but I definitely thought he stood more than a chance. And I mean, Reyes did the stanky, the chicken dance, the dance that Kevin Lee did against Barboza. I mean, was a brutal TKO win. Crazy.
Yeah, Jan was, I mean, fantastic. He overachieved. Like, it was nuts watching him confidently take out Reyes with the kicks to the body. That welt on his body. I'm curious if Reyes was just bruised or if he broke something on that. I mean, Jan was hitting him heavy.
Yep, and what was I going to say next? I was going to talk about the Izzy steroid situation, about the nipple or something. I don't believe it. I think it's all bogus, but yeah, I mean, maybe people are just trying to pick something at Izzy, and this is coming. I wouldn't call myself an Izzy hater, but I'm definitely not a fan. But I don't think he's on steroids, and like I said, even Paul, deep inside, he knows he's trolling. I don't think he actually thinks Izzy's gay or queer or anything near that. I think deep inside he's trolling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the whole gay thing, I couldn't give two shits whether he's gay or not. I don't care what he does in his personal life. But, yeah, when he's butt sexing people after fights, and he does have weird, tendencies that are, a little disrespectful. I mean, he's going to get criticized for it. And now he's got a nipple hanging off his chest to add to the the mix. So it's a little bizarre.
Yep, I wanted to talk one more thing about the butt humping situation. I mean, look, I didn't agree with it. I mean, total disrespect to his opponent and total disrespect to what martial arts stands as a whole. I mean, craziness. Like I said, like Jesse was saying earlier, maybe heat of the moment, stuff like this. I mean, a lot of talk, a lot of pre-fight talk by Eric Albarrán, the guy with the white glasses, by Paulo Costa. I mean, the trash talk, maybe, when Izzy got the knockout, he wanted to soak it in, and heat of the moment, looking back, he probably regrets it.
Ah, super chat.
Stugats.
BJ Penn kissed Matt Hughes on the lips after choking him out to win the welterweight title back in the day.
Wow, I don't even remember that.
I don't remember that either.
Did he really?
Probably a sign of respect, honestly, though.
I'd rather get kissed on the lips than take him from behind. Well, my head, these birds fly. That's me, though.
And, yep, that's basically all I've got.
All right, thank you, Justin.
Yep.
All right, there's Justin Jr. Go subscribe to Justin Jr. Thank you for the call. What do you think about it? Justin always sounds like he's calling in from one of those CB radios, like shh, shh, like he's like he got a police scanner or something like that. 516-522-0267. Give us a call. What do you think about Justin's points? Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. 210, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Jesse, what's up, Jesse?
What's up, Jose?
Oh, I was just wanting to hit you guys up and say you guys are doing a pretty good job. I noticed you guys are starting to get really high views on just a regular old Monday.
Yes. It's weird, yeah. I think we might be famous now. Jose, what do you think?
I think you guys are blowing up, man, and I think that's pretty fucked up, that little dog humping move that Izzy did.
Super
no, I'm
chat.
sure. Wait, hold on a second. 24K James is
From his own mouth, he is gender fluid. Twice he verbally asserted this. Maybe you know too, but lack better talking points. Also, Baphomet.
All right, there you go. Thank you, 24K James. Appreciate that.
Wonderful.
All right, Jose, listen, I know you're going to talk about Izzy, but I think you should start off with Dominic Reyes. I think because we know this is your guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? I'm disappointed for Dominic, but I'm not surprised at all because I think that Jan, he had just been kind of quietly racking up bodies underneath the radar, but anybody that watches and really pays attention, he's just a big, fucking strong, serious dude, and he just has that nasty power, and we got to see that shit. So honestly, I'm not surprised that he won. I could see how Reyes was going to get knocked out, but the only thing is this dude's pretty old. I think he's like 37, so even if everything goes his way, how long of a reign could he possibly have? Maybe a year or two. I think what we're going to see is Jon Jones probably come back down and swoop the belt up. If not, that thing's going to be bouncing around like crazy.
Mm-hmm. There you go. All right. Jose, you sound a little down today. You tired? What's going on?
Oh, no, man. I'm actually smoking out a blunt right now.
All right. Okay.
I didn't think that I was going to get through, but I got through. I mean, but on the main card, though, listen, Izzy, you got to give it up to him. He made an undefeated fucking meathead look like a little schoolgirl. I mean, he nullified anything that Costa had to bring. He basically just pieced him up. And besides that very disrespectful little dog hump, you got to admit that Izzy looks pretty good. Like, he's going to be holding that title for a while.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I was not on the train in the beginning. I'm on now. How could you not be on the Izzy train? The dude he is a special human being.
Well, it's really not even if you're on the train. It's more like you got to respect the fact that he's defending his title and making it look good, finishing people. Yep. I mean, it's like, who are they going to throw at him next? And honestly, you got to think whoever they throw at him next, regardless of the name, Izzy should be a heavy favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, Izzy, the sky's the limit with matchups with this guy. But the only thing is, the sky's the limit with matchups in higher weight classes. In middleweight, not so much. I feel like it's got that Mighty Mouse vibe that he's just going to take everyone out if he stays there. Or Jon Jones. It's kind of, I don't know who could take him out right now.
So what do you think is more likely, that Jon Jones comes back down to 205 to fight Blehovic, or that Izzy goes up to 205 to fight Jon Jones, or that Jon Jones goes up to heavyweight to fight Stipe?
Jon Jones is already working for heavyweight, so chances are we're not going to see him go into light heavyweight for any reason anytime soon.
But why not go? So why not? This throws a monkey wrench. With Jan, the 37-year-old Polish champion,
he's old.
Yeah, Jon could be like, oh, I could beat this fucking guy. I'll beat this guy
Jon
and then beat up Izzy.
Anybody in the division.
He could beat Jan and then fight Izzy.
Izzy's not moving up right now.
Yeah, and Jan, as good of a fighter, tough of a guy as he is, I think that he's way too kind of slow for Jon Jones. I think that Jon Jones will knock him out.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know about knockout, but I do believe that Jon will look very good against Blehovic. I do. And I picked Blehovic over Reyes. I picked him submitting Reyes. I didn't think he was going to knock him out, but I knew he was going to finish him. I just feel that Jon Jones would be a problem for Blehovic. A big problem. So, yeah, I could see.
What do you guys think about the Korean zombie coming up? He's fighting against T-City.
Love it. Well, Jesse, that's Jesse's boy. Another one, right?
Jesse, what do you think about that one, Jesse?
I'm excited about, this is the same position that I have with a lot of these fights that say that they're official. Like, with this whole COVID thing, I can't get my hopes up on anything. Even with this Izzy fight that just happened, I'm excited for it, and I think it's a great fight, a great matchup, and they've been talking shit back and forth for a while, but I just can't put all my eggs in one basket. I have to wait until it actually happens.
Zombie's shredded, by the way. Have you seen him? He's carved up. He's in great shape.
He's always a good fight. He's exciting. He comes forward. He's known to try to finish fights. But you know that I gotta be pulling for T-City. I'm hoping that he makes a comeback. He's still really young. If he can look impressive and TKO.
Yeah, hold that thought, Jose.
Seriously, who you think will test Izzy and MW? Thoughtful face. Number 1?
You know what? No one. But Bobby Knuckles can make it more competitive in a rematch. I really do feel that. What do you think, Jess?
I 100% disagree with that comment.
Okay. Listen, I think he beats them all right now. But I think Robert Whittaker, could be more competitive
Knuckles
in the rematch.
went down like that with Izzy.
All right, so bring Kelvin Gastelum back in.
Well, and you want to know something right now? Speaking of Adesanya, one thing that I noticed that I was really surprised is that he looked like the larger man in the cage against Costa. Did you feel that way? Like when you saw them face off, he looked like the bigger guy.
Yeah, Costa's. He said he was injured too, Costa. So I'm curious what his injury was. But he did look drained from making championship weight. This is the smallest he's looked for sure.
And you know, I think Izzy did look a little sucked up. I noticed that at 85. Maybe you're onto something. At 205, do you think he jumps straight into a title shot, or does he fight a top 10 guy to kind of tune up?
Oh, you put him in a title shot. I don't even think it's a question. I really don't. Like, Izzy's like their golden calf right now. If you think about it, this guy is electrifying. Whether you like him or hate him, people are going to watch.
Does he have the balls to call out Jon Jones at 205?
Yeah.
If he does move up to light heavy, Jon Jones will definitely be someone he calls out. Because he's already been calling out Jon Jones. But he's not moving up to light heavy right now.
I'm not going to lie. At this point where both of their careers are, that would be a fucking epic fight.
Yep. I'm with you. Jose, you got to smoke that. You got to finish up that blunt, man. This is a good call.
All right, man.
All right, be good, man.
MMA hoe, bitch.
Jose.
Wonderful.
So I was on the train of Jon Jones going up to heavyweight, fighting Stipe, maybe Izzy chasing him up there. Now I'm jumping off that train. I'm leaping off there. I think Jon's move should be go back, take your belt back from Jan, and then it will line up perfectly. Izzy either hangs out or he takes another fight, and then you put them together at light heavyweight.
Izzy's going to fight at middleweight for a little bit. He wants to defend against the whole division.
Man.
He's not going up to light heavy to fight Jon Jones.
I don't know. It just seems too saucy, man. What do you think he's going to do? Like, he's going to sit there like kind of how Mighty Mouse did and just pick everyone off as long as he possibly. He's
going to pick off as many of the top tier fighters as he can. And then when he starts getting to the scrubs, he's going to probably make a move to light heavy.
So I mean, the herd's thin right now when it comes to middleweights. There's not many people that are you can really put there and say it's going to beat Izzy. In fact, I don't know anyone right now that I think in middleweight could beat Izzy. So, and he already said that he doesn't want to chase Anderson Silva's records. Like, those are his records. He wants to carve his own path. And his own path would make crazy. It would be so insane. It would be unimaginable if he could pull this off. But imagine for a second. Let's just go down fantasy lane and say Izzy takes on the winner of Cannonier versus Whitaker. Jon Jones fights Blehovic, right? Comes back, takes his belt back from Blehovic. You have Izzy go up after his win over Cannonier and Whitaker, if that does happen. If Jon beats Jan, you match them up at light heavyweight. Say Izzy wins. He beats the GOAT, Jon Jones. Then you put Izzy at heavy and have him fight whoever's up there. Now, if Francis is there, I don't know if that's a great idea. But if Stipe's still there, why not? Could you imagine the triple champ? Imagine this guy. He's butt raping guys now. Imagine this guy with 3 belts.
Listen, it's nothing's impossible. I just don't see it happening right now.
This is a very far-fetched idea, but not impossible. Not impossible. Well, unless he pops for steroids. 516-522-0267. Let's get some calls. Some more calls. Let's talk to the people over there. Good calls tonight.
Wonderful.
All right. Yeah, baby. Moss is a gaylord. Oh, my God. That's terrible, man. That's a terrible thing to say.
956, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, Jess?
What's going on? Who is this?
What's going on, Moss? This is Hunter.
Hey, Hunter.
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
All right. I want to get right to it, though. I know Jess was talking about how it probably won't move up. He probably never move up. But how do you see that Jones-Izzy match going?
It's a good question. I feel like Jon Jones is a different monster for him. Like, we have to remember, Jon Jones is the GOAT of the middle of the light heavyweight division. So I want to side with Izzy. I think Izzy is going to be a high level competition for him, but I can't rule out the level of skill Jon Jones has.
You did make a prediction that Izzy beats Jones.
Yes,
You're changing your mind?
No, I believe with Izzy's technical striking that he can kind of squeeze between those hands of Jon Jones in ways that Jones's former opponents have not been able to do. That being said, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be extremely difficult for him, but I think he can do it.
Jones wins, in my opinion.
How do you think he?
I think Jones wins, but I don't think he finishes.
I say he takes him to the ground, chokes him out.
Wow, you think a finish?
Yeah, honestly, I think if it stays standing, I think Izzy will take him. But Jones, you know, he doesn't play that ego game. He's going to end up sitting down, and I think he'll either get on. He'll probably get him in like a rear naked choke. That's what I feel.
Okay, fair enough. Listen, we've seen Jones do it every way possible, and until Jones loses, I can't pick against the man. Izzy looks great, and you know, you can make these magical fights, these you know, possible matchups, but when you're looking at Jon Jones, it's tough to ever go against the man. He's almost immortal. It's nuts.
That's true. All right, I got one more. What do you see Izzy versus Ratlip? How do you see that?
Izzy would destroy him.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, Izzy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's too much hype around Khamzat. I said this before. Khamzat needs more high-level opponents before we can just say, oh, yeah, he's going to be the GOAT. Right. If you've seen his past opponents, he's had like one or two tough opponents, but a lot of them he completely outclassed. So I want to see him against some higher level, top tier opponents and then make that decision.
What about Ratlip versus Kelvin Gastelum?
Whoa.
Gastelum has a granite chin. So ultimately, I almost called him Khamzat.
He's Ratlip. That's his name, Ratlip.
Khamzat playing on the feet with Gastelum would be kind of difficult. He'd just be trying to piece him apart for the whole 5 rounds or 3 rounds. He could try playing on the ground, but Gastelum's good on the ground too. So.
Oh, God. You know what? Gastelum in these weird fights kind of shits the bed. So I'm going to go with Ratlip. That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
All right.
That's interesting.
All right, my man. Thanks for the call.
All right. Appreciate it. Yep.
It's Hunter calling in. That's tough, man. Gastelum versus Ratlip. Gastelum is the most bizarre guy to pick. 1 minute you think he's going to get smashed, and he looks great. Next minute you're like, oh, he's going to fucking destroy Till. And then all of a sudden he just completely lays an egg. Like, it's bizarre. Kelvin Gastelum is one of the most bizarre things. And then he fights Izzy, and he's the only guy to make Izzy look like he's human. You know, that shit went like that was a war. And no one can really do what Kelvin did to Izzy. It's just nuts. That guy, maybe Gastelum's another one of those guys that just doesn't, his head's not all there. You never know what you're going to get with him. It's a shame because he's tough as nails. 516-522-0267. There's the phone number. We got 6 minutes of show left, and I want to thank everyone for joining us. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And what a turnout tonight. It's been wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yes. Man, what great calls, right?
Yes.
Great calls. Certainly. Oh, we got other stories. Should we just hold on a second? You know what? All right, we'll take one more call.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Yo, I'm back, baby.
All right, make it quick.
Yeah, so, Costa, what do you think next for him? I say he should fight fucking Till, but, I don't know. I think he should maybe run back with Yoel.
Costa versus Yoel, too. Yeah, that was a great fight. I like Till, though. For some reason, I'd rather see Costa Till. What do you think, Jess?
Yeah, it would be a fight, but, god damn, that fucking fight with Till, Yoel, that was fucking fire as hell.
It was great. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I mean, goddamn, you know, fucking 2 monsters going at it like that.
Hell yeah. Absolutely, Drunk. Absolutely. All right, Drunk. Thank you.
And, what do you think about, I think Izzy should fight Cannonier next, and if he beats him, I think he should run back for Yoel so he can get a proper finish on him. Because, come on, you just got to have a finish with that fight.
Yeah, we got gypped. Izzy, Yoel, we got gypped. But I think after we know why Yoel fought him like that. Yoel's not stupid. It's like I'm not dancing with this dude. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you seen that fucking gif of Yoel just standing there?
Yeah. Well, you notice Costa was doing the same thing. He was doing the tongue, and he was putting his hands out like Yoel was doing, like he was trying to mimic him.
It was like he jinxed himself.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, Drunk, man. Anything else?
Well, Jesse, fucking smile.
Jess?
Do it. I'm not hanging up until you do it.
She's not gonna do it, John. Maybe Wednesday night. We're all dumping on her, Izzy. All right, Drunk. Thank you, my man.
Yeah, later so much.
Oof. How about Drunk Savage? All right, let's brush on the stories real quick.
Super
and get the hell out of here. Kevin from Chicago.
Take my call.
Take my call. All right.
You didn't call in.
Do we finish stories or do we take Kevin's call? What do you think?
Take Kevin's call.
All right. If you want the stories on the MMAHoles.com, we basically spoke about 3 things tonight. But the MMAHoles.com, we have a whole bunch of stories on the community section. Go check them out for yourself. It's a wonderful one.
Wonderful.
All right, let's see. You know what's going to happen, right?
What?
Other people are going to call in to try to block Kevin. That's going to happen.
So then don't answer. Or answer. What's up, man?
Hello. Hey. Is that Jesse? That's
Well,
good.
there goes Kevin.
Wonderful.
Kevin's out. Ann, what's going on?
Yeah, Kevin.
What's going on, Ann? How you doing?
Okay. Hey, those are good fights, main and co-main.
They were great.
I know. I mean, Reyes kind of screwed up my goat milk, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
Wonderful.
Manny C.
My guess Costa had a broken hand or he injured his torn bicep. He
Maybe.
never threw his right hand. He didn't even use his right arm to block.
Something was wrong, yeah. He said something was wrong. Possible. Then he should have gotten the
I don't think
cage.
anything was wrong. I think he was fine.
Think he's full of shit?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you know they're also saying that he was taking a dive, Costa.
I don't know about that.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
Not
people,
trying.
Everyone's got these.
Anything to take away from Izzy's win.
Yeah. These theories are crazy.
I mean, come on. The guy deserves it. I mean, hey, look what he did. I mean, gosh. He tore him apart. I mean, he wasn't even himself. He could, I don't know if he's hurt or not, but he didn't even try. It wasn't like Costa didn't. I don't know. He just didn't fight like he usually does.
Yeah. Yeah, Costa looked like shit.
It was just like he was just like. That's why people were saying that. Some people were saying that he probably took a dive, but that's BS too.
Costa, let's just be honest. He's not as good as everyone thought he was. That's what it comes down to. He was a little hyped up. There was a pretty zero next to his statisticals over there. And now that's gone. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, he's pretty looking.
He's purty. He's living La Vida Loca. The eraser. He could erase that 0 and put a 1 there. Oh man.
Yeah, he's gonna put a 1 there.
All right, and we got limited time. What else you got?
I'm at my throat just a minute. Sorry. And what Izzy did at the end, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, Izzy. God, Jesus. What do you think? Is the UFC going to address it at all, or are they just going to let it go?
I don't know. I guess it depends on how much publicity it's getting, which I think it's getting quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, they might, but I think it's like Jess said, he's in the moment. It's just the way he is. He's that type. And, hey, he kind of deserved it, It's funny, but he kind of deserved it. The shit he was talking about him, hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was funny.
I laughed.
I've never seen that before. I was just like,
if I were to laugh.
Did he just do what I think he just did? And then I just rolled over laughing.
So you got a kick out of it. You got a kick out of it, man.
Yeah, because like you were saying before, when gay men watch, yeah. So, you know what I mean? They just got, yeah.
No shame in your game. Yeah, if I would have just laughed at it and then the next stream be like, that's terrible. Fire him. Off with his head. I would have been such a hypocrite. I laughed.
Yeah, I would have been a hypocrite. Hypocrite.
All right, Em, listen, we got 20 seconds left.
Out there.
What do you have?
20 seconds?
That's it.
I was going to say how great you guys are, how great the OGs are. Love all you guys. Love this channel. I'm so happy you hit your 40K. I know you're going to do more and
Hell yeah.
get more subs and even better things. So you guys are awesome.
Whoa. Thank you, Ann.
All right.
Listen, appreciate the call. Have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
All right, you too. Bye.
That's Ann H.
Wonderful, wonderful.
She completely cock-blocked Kevin, Jess. What do you think about that?
Sucks to be Kevin.
He was completely blocked. Listen, we got more show Wednesday night. Wednesday night we'll be back stronger than ever and give you 2 hours of sexiness, delivering the news. We're going to be bringing some more fighters on as well. And Friday night, we got Fuqua Friday. JBH will be making some picks. Thursday night, we're constantly live over here. And then Saturday night, there is a UFC fight that's going down. Young ladies, or not so young. Irene Aldana is fighting for her life against the preacher's daughter, Jesse, that we will get into more on Wednesday. Are you excited about that?
I am. Yeah, actually, kind of. I mean,
I am not. But what are you going to do, right?
yeah.
How many main events does Holly Holm have? She's got a lot, right?
She's a good fighter, but she's getting older, a little long in the tooth.
Holly's what, 53?
Something like that.
All right. You can keep the conversation going down below in the comment section. And yes, the 40K tat, we got to find a nice place here in Arizona. I got to get that done. We'll live stream. Once I find a place that won't give me the coronavirus, I'm going to get the 40K tattoo on my spinal cord over here. Jesse, you pumped up about that?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. Thank you very much to the people who became MMA Holes on Saturday and tonight. Some new people tonight, so thank you for becoming MMA Holes.
Wonderful.
And we'll see you Wednesday.
And as always, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.